Fight fans, fight fans, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I am live. I had to do some stuff. And we have 501. We got KC. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Loma got this one. Kurt, if you drop the showbiz thing, your unique greatness as an analyst will take you to much greater heights. You are a powerful original son. Trust it. I don't know what you mean. The showbiz thing. The only showbiz I know a showbiz, the adult, but the only showbiz I know that I do is the one I do other than this. And it's called Counterpunch Boxing News. Counterpunch to you. Hope all is good, brother. Okay. Loma got this one. Marlon Thornell, Counterpunch to you. The Legion. Damn, Kurt, brother, this anticipation giving me blue balls. Who you got? I'm leaning towards Loma, but only because Loma has no other choice but win or say goodbye to another title run. Junto, Poto, Wepa. All right. Edward Morris. Let's go. Cambo. J. Roos Theory in the building. What's up, my brother? Counterpunch to you. A real fighter's in the building. What's up, brother? What's up? Johnny Volume. Kurt, love your recent Fury coverage. Appreciate you, brother. It's coming. It's coming. This weekend belongs to Loma. What the hell? Hold on. Something's going on with my okay. There we go. Wait a minute. There we go. All right. Let's move over a bit. There we go. All right. John R. Nims. What's up, Curtis? It's been a while, brother. Just got my internet back. Been missing Counterpunch. John R. Nimis. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. It's Kurt with a K, not a C. Kurt, my dog died of the flu. He flew under a bus. Damn. That's a real bad joke. I hope it's a real bad joke. Same thing happened to my little buddy a few years ago. It sucked, man. Isaac in the building. I feel Loma is sad because his career didn't go as expected. Well, I wouldn't worry about that as much simply because when you're dealing with Loma, Loma's already done exactly what he's going to do. Who you got tonight, Kurt? My gut tells me Loma, but my mind tells me Kambosos. And also take into account that when you're dealing with Australia, do you guys remember another very famous southpaw came to Australia that was older, that fought a guy that was younger, and he ended up not coming back with the victory, and his name is Manny Pacquiao. If you guys can remember that, you know what I'm saying? So it could happen. Revelation TV, High Cook, has Joe Goodhall fought already? I'm not sure, okay? I'm going to it now. John R. Nims, no problem, no problem. Psycho Crusher in the building. CP to you, ready to see Kambosos go down. Johnny Volume, Baturvia versus Bivol. Man, that's a very loaded question at this point, simply because now, you know, Baturvia, he's been injured again, and that's not the first time. And don't get me wrong, I mean, Usyk has been injured many times and all that, but you know, trying to adjust this screen here. How long until the fight? Well, let's see. The hell? All right, hold on a second. This is crazy. I got a hacker back in January, and what happened, man, they ended up getting my stuff, and like I had to get another account. So I think what it is, ESPN's not able to get my stuff. There we go. Okay. All right. Now we got to go through all this shit. Okay, because I don't know if this is the one at home. There we go. I don't know what happened with that. Now, let me see. Because I have Xfinity. Shit. When does the main event start? You look fine on my screen. No, it's good. No, it had it too. Okay. Cool. All right, we're in here. You are not authorized to view. What the hell does that mean? That's so crazy. You go on ESPN, I'm not allowed, but ESPN2 I am. It's the weirdest shit ever. But anyway, we're back. So the event, we have a few on the undercard tonight. Julian Falcon, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Damn. Jessica McCatskill's eye injury following her defeat to Lauren Price. Damn, she looks jacked up. Man, this is boxing, man. She looks like ET in one eye. Okay, so we got Andrew Maloney versus Pedro Guevara. Nina Hughes versus Charnika Johnson. Iman Chatiev versus Richard Balakniks. Yeah, that's right. Lucas Brown is in the building once again versus Hemo Ohio. You know, he lost to Jarrell Miller. And Joseph Goodall versus Fagai Opelo. Okay, so there you go. And Maloney versus Guevara is on now, and this is round 12. I didn't know it started this early. I thought it started at 10, but I guess these are the main events. Counterpunch Boxing is such a great name for a boxing channel. Club Fillers Pink Knickers. Yeah, John, man, she looked like ET in one eye, man. I mean, shit, I call it like I see it. Going to be a long night. I hope not. But it's all good, man. I just I just woke up from a nap. You know what gets me about emotional fighters is sometimes emotional fighters, they can do so much, like they're too involved, like they do too much time smothering, so they're physical, but they're not really active. So a lot of people are like that. They just kind of smother their own progress and shit, you know? See, all this hugging is not necessary. Now, I understand if you're tired or fatigued, that's one thing. 10 seconds. I don't know. They did a lot of, a lot of hugging to me is kind of like you guys have to, it's almost like you got to come to an agreement. Like, hold the fact, hold the phone. What's going on? Bars. Greeted from Hungary. Red Blacks Titchy. Counterpunch to you, brother. Hungry in the building. Rodriguez Jackson TV. Counterpunch to you. From what I saw from this fight, seemed like the Mexican had most of the control. Well, Guevara actually landed more than Maloney. Maloney landed 77 compared to 132. 86 body punches for Guevara. So he definitely went Mexican style on his ass. You know? Word of the day, counterpunch to you. AP, all right, boys, I'm calling it now. Kambosos by 7th round knockout. Okay, 7th round knockout. AP, if you wanted attention, you certainly got my attention with your comment. Okay. We'll see, man. I remember Chocolatito. Chocolatito was a bad man until he wasn't. It seems Derek James is running a drug and alcohol stable because all of his fighters is on one or the other. Damn. If it ain't alcohol, it's definitely the juice. Man. Now that sounds like DMX. I do not want his what is it? Let's see who wins. Let's see, people. For a decision. Judge 1 scores the competition 115, 113. Blue corner, Guevara. Okay. The competition 116, 113. Red corner, Maloney. Okay. Scores the competition 113, 115. For a winner by split decision and WBC interim World Junior Bantamweight Champion fighting out of the blue corner. Hey, gave it to Guevara. I mean, he landed more. See, had that been the other way around, based on what we saw them landed and thrown, Guevara won that. So you have to be careful. Charles Wilson, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. What's up, brother Kurt? All modes in chat. Counterpunch to you. Matter of fact, bars. We got a super chat from Katzin Papa. I'm gonna TKO him. If not, then Cam with the majority decision. Well, I don't know about that fight, but I can tell you, based on the paper, based on what I just saw, we do have a because I didn't see the fight. You know, I just actually tuned in. Because people are looking kind of. Hold on, let me hear the let me hear the crowd. Okay, yeah, they sound pretty upbeat. Nice seeing boxing not give a cheap decision for once. Where we at, DeVille? How many more fights we still have? We have Nina Hughes versus Charnika Johnson next. Then we have Amon Chatiev versus Richard Balotniks. I don't know why that's so hard. Then we got Lucas Brown in the heavyweights versus Hemo Ahio. Then we have Joseph Goodall versus Faiga Opelo. Charles Wilson say, I'm chilling, brother Kurt. Like we at church. Marlon Darnell, Loma should go for the KO. I don't trust the judges down under. Either KO or embarrass him in a way they can't rob him. Well, if they were going to rob him, I don't care what happens. You know, the good thing is about this, Loma should know by now, people, that he can't just go in there, do the flash and dash, the same old 1 through 12, and expect to win. Kambosos is in his hometown. Kambosos is 30 years of age. He's lost twice to Devin Haney. Devin Haney has just been beaten by Ryan Garcia. We don't really know how that's going to go, but we know what we saw. However, if George Kambosos, you know, regardless of what he does in his career got to be longer than Lomachenko's at this point. Okay, it got to be longer than his because Lomachenko's been everywhere. See, if Lomachenko didn't fight a fighter, he's fought him in the amateurs at some point. This man is fighting 2 weight classes above what he normally is and how he normally fights. See, he stopped at 135, and he did that shit because Jorge Linares set him on the bridge of his buttocks, okay? That's why he stopped. I think he was going to keep going maybe to 140 if he can. I just want to know, what is Loma's walking around weight? And this is what I honestly think, people. I think, okay, take me for example. I'm about 240 pounds. Okay, I'm 240. I'm fighting. I'm a heavyweight. I'm not going to go down and fight at 180. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not going down 20, 30 pounds just to prove a point or just to fight. No, it's not what it is. I think what it is the fact that a lot of these fighters, believe it or not, they were in a situation where they fight way below their natural weight. I think a lot of these guys need to naturally fight their natural weight. I may seem crazy. I don't give a shit. But if you know you walk around, you shouldn't go no more than 10 pounds above your walking around weight, talking about fighting some damn body. If you are 180 pounds, why are you going to 140 and fight? That's not even how it goes. I don't think that's how it should go at all. At all. What a retirement. Teddy, Brookshot, definitely appreciated on my blunt break. Are you watching the Rocky fight? Cruz just beat Romero. Good girl scrap. No, actually, I'm not. I mean, is it? Let's see. Maloney looks like he did his bicep because they scared to get KO'd. Prez the investor. Some boxers fight a lighter weight to get championships in different divisions. Some of them do. But understand, like, you shouldn't stay there and campaign there. You shouldn't do that. Kambosos will win. Lomachenko supports Russia. Shame. What? Never heard of that one. Tell that to Canelo Alvarez, my brother. I hear he walks around at 180. I mean, but he's 168. So you take 168 to 180. You got 168. That's 2 pounds is at 170. That's 80. That's okay. I'm not talking about Canelo. Look, if he walks around at 180, that's where he's supposed to be. No more than 10 pounds, which means if it's 12 pounds, is that too much of a crime? No. I'm talking about if this man is 180 and he's fighting at 160. Nah, that's too much. He's 8 pounds off. Weight cut is brutal. Should be illegal. Well, I think it is just dangerous too. Ukraine for Kambosos. Okay. Ryan is actually a middleweight. Yeah, he is. You know what I mean? That dude, like the way he likes to party and stuff like that. And I'm gonna tell you something about Ryan, regardless of what happens, because all this is gonna blow over pretty soon for Ryan. But what I'll tell you guys is Ryan Garcia, Ryan with his lifestyle, eventually that's gonna catch up with him. Ryan, if he keeps partying like he's doing, he's gonna end up looking like Vinny Pazienza. Skrilla 50 in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Anthony Schultz, ready to watch Loma. W. God bless, brother. Anthony Schultz in the building. Oh, I got an update for you. I'm going to inbox you here and after the thing. No, he talking about Haney Garcia of the top of my head. Kambosos supports his legs because they support him. All right. Kambosos look weight drained. He did look small. In 2021, Lomachenko came out under the flag of Spain against Richard Comey. Flag of Spain. Okay. Okay. Perth, man, I keep hearing about Perth. I hear Perth is like a pretty cool town, man, to party and all types of stuff. Yeah, Kambosos did look small though. Heaps of Kiwi in Perth. Yeah, I believe that. Definitely. New Zealanders, and that's not far away. Psycho Crusher, happy Mother's Day to everyone, mother and their mothers in Counterpunch community. Psycho Crusher, happy birthday to all the moms. Lomachenko is ashamed to be Ukrainian. He considers himself Russian. Lomachenko considers Usyk being. Get that fuck out. Did you see the Aurora where you are? Oh, I don't think so. Let's see what George Kambosos is talking about. Let's go.
He comes straight from the source. What Lomachenko has been doing for all them years, over them 400 amateur fights into his professional career, is something that I'm doing every single day with Anton. So we've had a tremendous camp, great preparation, and time for talk is over, time for work.
At 36 years old, what makes Vasiliy Lomachenko dangerous?
You know, we have prepared for prime Lomachenko. We don't take numbers into account when you're fighting a legend of the sport. So we know what we're up against, or we know what we have prepared for, and we know what we have brought into our game and our fight game. So it's been a great victory.
You've been wanting this fight for years, a lot of circumstances in between. You finally get it. Those face-offs were very intense. What did you gather from those over 7 minutes looking directly into Loma's eyes?
Two competitive guys, that have that will to win, but I just feel like I have the bigger will right now. I'm so hungry for this fight. It's a fight, like you said, I've been wanting for a long time. I've been chasing for a long time, and here we are.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
And there is George Kambosos, nice and humble, ready, looks calm, looks focused. What up, Kurt? Carl Young, where's my dog? Skrilla 50. Teddy Bruckshot. Oh, there he is. Sup, Skrilla in the building. Tyson Fury better come on to fight. My brother Nicholas Farrell, silver medalist, has a Jamaican hard hitter fighting out of Canada. He sent him a video of him working with Usyk right now. Nice. Send it to me. Legends TV. Hi, Kurt. What time is the main event? In a couple hours. Marlon Thornell. Loma fought in the Ukraine army. He literally went home and joined the war. He doesn't support Russia. Marlon, we know that. Don't listen to that shit, you know. John, up the likes on this channel now, says John. Obey John right now. Oh, it's 11th hour and 7:17 a.m. at Perth. I'm curious how many people will watch a fight live here. I'm not sure. But the good thing is it's already in the morning because it's Sunday over there. You know, like he said, it's 11:17. Mac Weed in the building. Dark Side of the Moon. Yo, what's up, Kurt? Everyone in the chat. I saw the Northern Lights in London, UK. Skrilla 50 in the building. Yeah, I love the camaraderie. I love the camaraderie in the trenches. Your thoughts, Zhang versus Wilder. Man, I don't know yet. I gotta watch Zhang in his last fight, and I have to watch Wilder in his last fight. You have to always look at the last performances. I haven't made a decision yet on Zhang versus Wilder. I can tell you this: I'm going for Wilder because Wilder supports or creates the bigger fight. He just does. I mean, he's American. He's a former champion. Zhang is dangerous, two-time Olympian. But, you know, the knockdown or dropped or knocked out some of the toughest and best on the elite level. So let's see what he can do with Deontay Wilder. St. Don in the building. Counterpunch to you. I'll see if I can get it. I'm a CPU dummy. I used to like smoking the Northern Lights. Carmaine Smith, you think Kambosos learned anything from Haney bouts? Loma is very technical. Well, listen, man, when you got Devin Haney is a young guy. You know, I think he has time to improve. I think he needs to stop certain habits that he does. You know, the jabbing and grabbing, like it's nothing wrong with clinching when it's a right appropriate time. But when you clinch because you're unsure or you're uncertain that you really don't know when you clinch, it is not good. It's not good. Wilder going down, and I like Wilder, but he is going down, says Prez the Investor. I have Zhang in 5 by devastating fashion. Ooh, that's a dangerous but realistic prediction. Zhang knocking out Deontay Wilder is a very realistic prediction simply based on the fact that could happen. Zhang's still going to have something in the tank in round 5. He's going to have about a quarter of a tank, but he's going to have something in the tank, okay? Chickarilli. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Chickarilli in the building. Haney needs to evolve his style. Yeah, he does. I mean, I used to look at Haney as a potential young pretty boy Floyd Mayweather, but no, he's not. He's an unsure pretty boy Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? He's unsure. Whereas Floyd will come up, Floyd will come up and back. He will throw punches at right times. He will give you rapid fire. He, like those guys in the 90s, bro. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because I was a young man, like a young man, a teenager to a young man in the late 90s, early 2000s. So, like everybody that was doing what they were doing, I seen the potential. I seen what they did, and their performances was phenomenal. Like Floyd, the way Floyd used to tap that ass, the way he did Angel Manfredi. I don't even want to talk about Gotti. That was even later on. Diego Chico Corrales, January 20th, 2001. I'll never forget that day. I'm going to tell you something about that day, right? I'm going to go in depth about that day. January 20th, 2001, I got fired from Walmart. I used to work at Walmart and they fired me. I don't even remember why they fired me. Because, I don't know. But I got fired. And the same day I got fired, I was driving back home to my parents' house and I got a job at Domino's. Then I went across the street at Brookshire's, which is a grocery store, a supermarket, supermercado. I went there and got another job stocking at night as a stalker. And I made $8 an hour. And if you guys know anything about 2001, $8 was a pretty big damn deal back then. It was over minimum wage. It was like $3 over minimum wage, or almost $3. And, Nina Hughes is here, age 41. Jesus, 6-0 and 2 knockouts. But anyway, I got 2 jobs that day. And then I went home, and this is crazy how my mind works. And I remember that day so well because I was so amped for that fight, because I was a huge Diego Corrales fan. I knew Floyd, but I was thinking, Diego Corrales, he could take shots. He's big, he's tall, he can throw punches. Kurt got fired now. The man's million. I don't know about that, but I'm okay. So I remember when the movie before that, it was this dog movie called My Dog Skip. And I watched it, and I sat there and I watched it, because I was waiting for the main event, because World Championship Boxing came on right after that, and you had to watch it. So, yeah, that was good pay. Prezi invested. It was very good pay back then. I thought he would beat Floyd. I felt bad at how Floyd massacred my boy. Yo, that shit was bad. I watched that and I was, but you seen the prowess, you seen the technique, you seen the tenacity. And Floyd was not a heavy puncher. So you thought. He was a surprising puncher. He was a quick puncher. He was an accurate puncher. He was a sharp puncher. And he showed Diego Corrales on why and how that didn't happen. Did you see the Bob Arum talks about Loma and Shakur? Yeah, I heard if Loma beats, let me tell you something. I have nothing against Shakur Stevenson, but here's my thing. I can't say I don't talk about him much. I just don't have the energy for Shakur, because Shakur is reminding me now of how Tank used to be. If you guys remember Tank used to be a Twitter king. You know what I mean? Everybody wanted him to fight Loma, which this shit was, 6 years ago. Well, Ryan Garcia got the fight with Haney because Shakur didn't want it. He wouldn't take 25%. I'm like, dude, take the money, go to war with Devin Haney, show what that sparring really meant when you guys did spar. Show that you're a great fighter. Show that you want legacy. But no, you want it to be like every other dumbass that fights today oh, I want to get the cash, I want to make the bag, and I want more than I actually bargained for or really deserve. Mac Weed, big up Kurt, #1 boxing channel. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Eunice Borderball in the building. Shakur Stevenson is a character, a bad one too. Yeah, I hear about that, but then I didn't really report it and counterpunch it because I'm like, that's okay. Bob wants it. Bob wants a lot of things, but that doesn't mean he's going to necessarily get it, especially dealing with Shakur. Shakur. I know he just really disappointed me as a fighter. The last fight that he fought was against my boy that looks like Ghost. That's the last thing and that was last year when I even reported Shakur. This is not a Shakur channel. I don't got nothing against Shakur. Hammer scratch. The only thing is I don't like what he does. I just don't like his inactivity. I don't like, he ran and he got hurt and he ran and he got on his bicycle and he's really just known for that now. That's not cool. See, what people don't understand, people used to say that about Floyd. People used to say it about Erislandy Lara. People used to say that about a lot of people that could box and move, but they still boxed and outboxed you, though. Shakur got on his bicycle and went for some laps. You know what I'm saying? So, when I heard Bob, I want to say Shakur Stevenson against Lomachenko to prove himself to everybody that's involved. I thought Shakur, he retired. Shakur wanted some attention. But the bad thing is Shakur wanted attention that he wasn't getting. But he wasn't getting it because he wasn't doing what he's supposed to do to get the attention, to have the attention. You see what I mean? He wasn't doing that. He wanted that attention, and he wanted it because he didn't have it based on what he did. Okay? I can tell Hughes is she's very heavy-handed, but she's slower than Johnson. Johnson's an Aussie. Yeah, Teddy. True that, man. True that. I mean, that's what he did. He did that for that. We got Loma in there shadow boxing. He's already gloved up. So, I mean, when you see that, that's a good sign. If you just see somebody in their dressing room just kind of chilling, ain't got no wraps or nothing on, they may have some sorry, Mom. They may have some headbuds on or whatever. They ain't gonna fight no time soon. This cat he's shadow boxing. He's in there. Shakur is a dead boxer, good riddance. Well, I mean, he's wasting a lot of time, and I don't really have a lot of time with Shakur to waste on Shakur. You know what I mean? Like, you guys don't understand. I've done 7 videos today. I do maybe 7+ videos every day. And I look at the slot of importance based on my audience and based on who watches it. If I do a video and it's 200 views, okay, that means you guys are not really interested. So I'm not going to make videos on that. Now, I could do that just for the integrity for the people that would of that 200. I'm not saying I don't respect or acknowledge you guys. What I'm saying is if I do one on Shakur and that only gets 300 views, okay, well, yeah, I'll do it when I have nothing else to really do. You know what I mean? Huey needs to fight a big name next. Huey Fury? Yeah, he does. I'm kind of mad at him right now. I got mad respect for his dad, St. Dom, but because he's on the real. He's like a straight shooter. But Huey, he should have fought Michael Hunter, man. He should have fought Michael Hunter, and I don't know why he did. Real boxing fans, watch your videos. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like that. That's what I was looking for. Because I mean, pretty soon, all these guys that we speak of, it's a high burn right now. But pretty soon it's going to be a slow burn. until somebody else can pick up that torch and keep the momentum going of the sport of boxing. Somebody has to hold it up. You think Canelo's going to fight forever? No. You know, I'm looking for him to get up now or to get out now. Matthew, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Lots of boxing community said Shakur was the best in the division a couple fights ago, but after the last fight, you don't hear his name much. You don't. You don't hear his name much. A lot of people still, you know, report Shakur and what he does and what he says, but he's not really active. And since he's not active, I'm not really reporting him. You know what I mean? He's not really that guy that's done enough to be talking shit about what he can do or what he will do, because he hasn't done anything really. The last proper fight that I seen him, he beat what's my man from Reynoso? What's his name? He was undefeated. What's the guy's name? Somebody help me out. Place a bet on Kambosos 7-1. Yeah, Tony, that would be crazy if somebody won some money. Kurt, main guys are Fury, AJ, King, Ryan, and Tank. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I report all of those cats. Mac Weed in the building. Absolutely. Jamal Herring. Peter Fury don't care about feelings. Keep it a buck. Yeah, he keeps it a buck, man. Kurt, I believe these fighters need to really start mixing up and follow the UFC path of putting on 50-50 fights. You know, everybody talks about Dana White and how he's robbing people. You know what? I don't think he's robbing people at all. You know what I think is what's happening? Dana White is the Fidel Castro of the combat industry. He's like that simply based on the fact that these guys, they don't get paid like boxers. If boxers got paid like that, I think they would be more humble. I really do. I think they would be more humble. I think they would, you know, definitely respect what they do more. You know what I mean? They would work harder for what it is. You know what I mean? Hard times create strong men. And that's the UFC. You know what I mean? Whereas boxing is, you got these guys that are so used to $4 or $5 million that they can fight once a year or once every 17, 18 months. They can do that stuff. Okay. But Dana is like, hey, you're getting 70,000 for this fight. So that makes that keeps them hungry, because they know, man, in a couple months, I got to go again. You know, and I'm going to come back hungrier, because what he does is he gives them a bonus. Anybody that gives you an extra $20,000, knowing damn well they can give you an extra 50,000. They can give you more than that. They just decide or choose to give you more than that, or less than that, rather. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really, you know, I think, but it's bittersweet with that. You know, look at Francis Ngannou. I hate what happened. I thought about Francis today and got sad. Man, y'all guys give a shout out to Francis Ngannou and his son. Give a shout out to Francis Ngannou and his son. Because imagine this. Francis Ngannou fought all these fights at UFC. He fights all these damn fights at UFC. Gets a family, has a girl, has a boy. Then decides to leave Dana White. He defects from Cuba, right? Then Tyson Fury calls him out. He gets good friends with Turki Al-Sheikh, and they all decide to fight. They award this man with $10 million, and $10 million is that one fight, one night, is more than what he made that whole career of the UFC. Then he ends up doing the unthinkable, beating the Mary Poppins out of Tyson Fury. And then guess what? He lands a fight with AJ because Deontay Wilder loses. Who knew? Like Rodney Dangerfield. Who knew? Huh. Then he fights AJ, gets knocked out in 2 rounds, but makes $20 million. So he doubles his net. Okay. And the net, he doubles the net from the net. And then his son dies. I thought about that today. I'm like, man, if somebody gave me $20 million, but then the next week or so, my kid dies, take that money, bro. Go on. I don't want the money. Take that. You know what I mean? You can't get your kid back. That's crazy, man. I thought about that, man, and I just really just kind of, had a kind of realistic moment, like, acknowledging moment of what could happen versus what you have. And be thankful for what you got, man. Real talk. Getting ready for fight week content, huh, Kurt? Absolutely, St. Don. You got it, brother. We're going to counterpunch. Me, you, and all of the crew is going to counterpunch on Usyk versus Tyson, the Gypsy King. But right now, we got Loma and his night to either rise or fall, right? It's cold destiny, Kurt. Yeah, unfortunately. Poor example, you was using his son. I saw videos where people said that they thought Prime Canelo would beat Prime Oscar. My reaction is that they need to be drug tested. I'll say this, though. Canelo Alvarez fighting Oscar De La Hoya would be like a younger guy fighting, like a younger Chavez fighting Canelo. The only difference is Chavez is not Canelo, and Canelo is not Chavez. Canelo is a guy that he doesn't really put much pressure on you as far as throwing punches. He gets close enough for you to throw and him to counter and him to land. So, you know what I mean? That's what he does. He just gets closer to you. He gets closer. He'll snatch, bob, and weave. You know what I mean? He gets closer to you. So he inches forward. Canelo really reminds me of Ezra Charles. You know what I'm saying? He gets close with a high guard, and his upper body movement is very good. Chris Esperon, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. But one thing I know Canelo will always bother him is, pure boxers. Because boxers are not going to sit there and get on the inside and create opportunities for you. They ain't going to do that. They're going to sit from the outside like someone like Lotta did. Floyd did that at age 36, bro. He was 36 years old fighting a 22-year-old Canelo. And he took that man to school, but he did it right in his face. That's what made that win so worthy. So if anybody questions Floyd knew, well, hey, it's a Mexican audience. Canelo was the man. Canelo was the rising star, and he was still the rising star. And then you have to understand what Floyd did also. Floyd beat Canelo, but did he trash Canelo? No, he didn't trash Canelo because he knew, look, this guy's going to be great. And in fact, he endorsed him. He said, this is going to be the next superstar in the sport. And I'll be damned, he did. So when I heard, remember a couple of years ago, maybe this was about 4 years ago now, you heard the fight came up about Canelo fighting Floyd in 2021 and you looked at this and you're like, you know what? You guys have to understand, Floyd really wasn't a hater at that time. He could have been. He could have been like Orion Garcia is now and kind of rubbing his face and all of his accomplishments. He could have done that shit. He didn't. He didn't do that at all. He praised Canelo. He beat Canelo, but he didn't trash Canelo. He endorsed Canelo. You know what I mean? So people need to realize that before you come at Floyd like, oh, Floyd is really a hater. In some instances, he is. Because I think a lot of these guys that were once the biggest badass dude around was, and then they see that next dude, there is a little jealousy there, right? There's another show on the Zone, Rodriguez versus Estrada. Ah, okay. Cool. Prime Hagler versus Prime Golovkin. I don't know. Because see what it is with Hagler. Hagler gives you a haggling. He gets all in your face. Hagler don't play with you. And I just don't know how Golovkin would deal with that. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. I've seen Golovkin handle guys that were stocky and short, but Hagler was a guy, he was one of a kind. He come at you. He brought the fight to you. And I wanted to see how Golovkin would handle that. We've seen aggressive fighters that were shorter than Golovkin. But then again, you got guys like Lemieux. He beat the piss out of Lemieux. But he beat Lemieux the way anybody that had a brain would beat Lemieux. You wouldn't go fight Lemieux like that, you wouldn't take it to Lemieux, because Lemieux might hit you and knock you in the next week, because the man can punch. Regardless of how his career is going, I think he's just trying to put, food on the table with the fights that he has now. We've just seen him get beat by David Benavidez and all. But this man at 160, which that was his normal campaigning weight, I might add, was knocking guys spark out. Look what he did to a lot of fighters. Look what he did to Camacho Jr. He knocked this guy spark out. You know what I mean? He don't like that. David Lemieux was one of the hardest punching middleweights that we had. Golovkin, and I'm saying that because Golovkin knew I ain't trading punches with this dude, because if anybody could probably put me on the seat of my horse, it's him. And he knew not to do that. Golovkin, he used that jab and kept Lemieux back. And I think that he would try to do that to Hagler. But if he can't, he got some problems. Because Hagler's he's all over the place. The only thing I see, though, in that fight, if Golovkin is successful in spots with the jab that he has and it penetrates like that, he may be able to cut Hagler. Hagler had very thin skin, when he fought. So, yeah, he would cut easy, Fury wins controversial decision. Who's famous did Golovkin Triple G defeat? Canelo. See, understand something. All right. Golovkin beat Canelo the first time. Everybody really knows that. Officially, it was a draw, but officially, it was a robbery. Okay. That's it. Drama show, said word of the day. I saw Jose Luis Ramirez Arguello. It was robbery. Even Alexis hugged Ramirez and said he lit to Jose Luis. Loma getting warmed up, and he's getting warmed up because that's what you got to do when you're older, man. You got to warm up to work out. Skrilla Canelo has ginger hair, so he's running like the gingerbread man. Triple G definitely beat the ginger. Yeah, he did. He did, man. It wasn't the time for Golovkin. Golovkin should have knocked out Canelo if he was going to win. That was the only way he was going to get a decision that day. And then even in the second fight, because between, the first and the second, Glenbuterol popped dirty for Canelo. So it was a lot of other stuff involved. And I remember that was in 18, and I first came down here because I was working down here for Fear of the Walking Dead or whatever. And that's all we used to talk about. Canelo with his clenbuterol and Mauricio trying to take up for him and raising the limit of clenbuterol, because in Mexico we eat beef because it has clenbuterol. It is not the fault of the fighters. I'm sorry, I misspelled. No problem, man. No problem. That is Landy Law to beat Canelo. I think he did. I still think he did. This is what I think, though. This is the sport that I love that I hate so much, or this is the sport that we love that we hate so much. If you guys agree, right? Okay. Just like Loma, just like Triple G, just like Edis Landy Lada, you have to understand you cannot take for granted that you won a round. You can't. You'll be a fool to do that. If you think, oh man, I hit this guy and his guy hardly even touched me this round, you better put the stank on it. You better cross the T. You better dot the I, because what'll happen is those rounds that nothing really doesn't happen but that's a swing round for some people. They may still give it to the guy just because he's who he is and he's the name on the banner that has the money. He's the name on the banner that the promotional company is the biggest or has the most money or paying him side money to rule a certain way. These are just how it is in boxing. It's a dirty sport, people. It's real dirty. The color purple just came on Peacock. What scene are you in so I can look it up? Skrilla, Psycho Crusher. I'm in the juke joint scene where they start fighting. I get hit in the head with a bottle. That's me. Ugh. It's crazy. I worked on it 2 months, and that's all you see. Bars. Kurt, did you stunt double Lenny James? No, I didn't stunt double Lenny James. In fact, I worked with Lenny James on Fear of the Walking Dead, but I wasn't in any scene with him. I spent a lot of time with him. Me and Lenny James had long hour conversation. Real cool cat. He lives here in Austin. A lot of these guys, the coordinator James Armstrong, all these guys live in Austin now. You know, the only person that I knew that didn't live in Austin was Ruben Blades. He doesn't live. He's like, I'm not moving here, man. I'm not moving this fucking place. Put me back on a plane and send me back to New York. So, you know, he has a house in Panama, where he's from. But yeah, man, that show was a blessing. So I start to Lioness probably, I don't know, maybe next week or after I come back from, you know, this other thing here. So the Canelo robbery was for Lara. The Paul Williams robbery was for worse. Well, according to a lot said that the Canelo loss was worse because Paul threw a lot of punches. He threw 1,000 punches. And he did throw a lot of punches. It's just Lara hit this dude. Lara had him shaky, dude. He was just kind of punch drunk. But basically, some fights, all a fighter has to do is stand up to win a decision. That's why, personally, I'm afraid. I'm afraid for that Usyk fight. Because let's say Usyk does what Pacquiao did to Margarito. And it goes 12 rounds like that fight did. And he gets robbed. Do you guys know the outrage in boxing at that point? Do you know what would happen to boxing? And I don't want it to, okay? I don't want that to happen, but that could put a stain on boxing, especially in Saudi Arabia. They're both there. They're both in Riyadh. They're both there right now. Usyk just made it, okay? So Usyk will not win a decision, Kurt. I would feel better if he did. If he won a decision, I would. But only if I felt he won. I mean, I'm not going to say, because see, if it's a close fight, would I like a draw? I would be satisfied with one, because how are you going to take it from either fighter, because you know what's at stake. But if Tyson Fury go in there and beat up Usyk and they give it to Usyk, it's going to be the same shit. And I'm not going to be like, no. Because what'll happen is nobody's fighting for undisputed except them, because you know a rematch will be. And you know what? Tyson Fury's probably going to want that in Wembley. And why wouldn't he want it in Wembley? I think Usyk gets stopped by a body shot. He might. Really some prayer too with Danny Glover. Yeah, he's on Fear of the Walking Dead. Don't start. Americans have been staining boxing for a year. Well, I'm just saying, Mr. Dizzle, for shizzle, my nizzle. Eddie and Frank are both targeting Joshua and Fury for a mega showdown, so Fury won't lose, Kurt. You know what? I just don't want, this is what I don't want. I just don't want, don't hit her in the back of the head again. Come on, be fair. Come on. I don't want Usyk to be like Loma. I don't want Usyk to turn into Loma. I don't want nothing like that for any of those guys. Yes, they tried everything to give the fight to Haney. The judges, every ref thing was stacked up against Garcia. Yeah, Garcia, listen, you know what? Look. I agree with everything about that. Almost. They were against Ryan, but I mean, they had every right to be. Ryan was acting like a straight ass. He was acting like a crazy maniac, and people tried to compare that to my father. My father talked shit, but my father backed it up, but he didn't pop dirty for stuff. You know what I mean? He didn't have any shady ass stuff that went on in his body and system and stuff like that. He didn't do that. You know? Yeah, he was religious. Yes. But did he do that? No. Ryan gave everybody every excuse to hate him, but they started hating him more, which I loved, when he beat the shit out of Devin Haney. See, at this point, you can say, remember he was doing all that right there? Okay. Then you leave. Then we see you on camera smoking a blunt. I want to see you know what I want to see? I want to see all the breakdown of what Ryan had in his system, everything. I want to see the A sample. I want to see the B sample. I want to compare them, me, myself, and then we'll go live. Yes. Oh, Isaac. Muhammad Ali is my dad. Usyk has more skill than Lomachenko. Usyk can fight backwards. Usyk can fight backwards. I agree with you, Kurt, but if they rob Usyk and make the Fury versus Joshua fight next, some people may look past the robbery. Some will, then some won't. You know what I mean? But see, what's going to happen, though, if that happens, we're going to see another what happened in 2008? We're going to see another boxing recession. Oh, absolutely. We will see what happened. And remember what happened in 2015 with boxing? People got sick of boxing. When we seen Floyd fight Manny, we seen these guys finally fight. We're going to see in the way it fought, the way they fought and how that, bro, and Floyd talking about, I ain't going to fight Manny Pacquiao no more. I just made $300 million. I just made $300 million. I ain't fighting him no more. Boxing, because they charge people $100 for that shit. They charged them that. And I'm like, wow. Look, I saw it at my cousin's house. You know what I mean? I'm sure that the top one strongest boxer right now is Anthony Joshua. In the fight with Usyk, he was afraid. He was very afraid after the fight with Ngannou. Joshua became a beast. Exactly. Kurt, boxing is the most corrupt sport in the world. Okay. I think these, oh man, I mean, I've been watching this fight, but I haven't. Keyshawn Davis, what suspended for smoking weed, but Ryan can do it on camera. Yeah, that's exactly why, Psycho Crusher, I want to see everything that Ryan had in his body. It don't make sense. Not making sense to me. Girl in the White has a great rack, though. Yeah, she's from Perth, I think. Right? Women's boxing is usually more brawling than technical. Well, sometimes, a lot of times, a lot of women boxers, they fight fatigued. You know what I mean? They look fatigued when they're boxing. It's like they haven't developed strength in certain muscles in their arms. So for that matter, they are. Somebody get boxing live out of here. John Large, Dubois, double jab Usyk. Once in the whole fight, Usyk struggles with it. Fury will jab the MFA, man. Kurt, how many losses can Loma afford to take until his legacy will be in doubt or question? No, his legacy won't be in doubt and questioned because his losses will always be in doubt and questioned. See, you can't say, oh, well, how many losses can a person have when they start looking at his legacy funny? No, you got to start questioning the losses that he had and actually question if the losses were legitimate. If they aren't legitimate, you can't fault somebody for the legacy. The legacy follows like this. When somebody clearly beats your ass, I remember when Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, God bless the dead, said it best. I'll quit fighting when somebody beats me. That's Loma. That's Loma. When somebody just go in there and beats Loma convincingly, that's when he'll quit. Just like Pernell Whitaker said, Sweet Pea. He said, look, until somebody beats me, then I'm going to go. Hagler is the only fighter I never saw in trouble in the ring. He was the closest to indestructible. Well, no, I mean, he fought. Let me tell you guys something. When he fought Tommy Hearns, he was in trouble. He was hurt. You know, Tommy Hearns hurt him. But the only problem when Tommy Hearns hurt Hagler, Tommy Hearns also, and this is from major close sources, Tommy Hearns hurt his right hand. According to Canelo, the cash cow right now, he said, who has the best right hand? He says Tommy Hearns to this day. He just said that 2 days ago. Okay. Now, based on that, the one punch that he had that could knock you out, that knocked out Roberto Duran cold, was the right hand. The right hand was damaged, man. He damaged that sucker. Yeah. True, but he's weight bullying 168. What does that mean? Sweet Pea was a defensive wizard. He was. I just looked at, I seen Sweet Pea. He was in the crowd at a fight. You know, one thing I noticed about certain things, man. I always think, this is what I think about. I think about 50 years from now when we're all gone or almost all gone. We're either all gone or in a nursing home, depending on how old you guys are. And I think about like what is left behind and the legacy thereof. And I think about Sweet Pea, and I think about, you know, the fights that you could see. You know, the thing to be remembered is always worth remembering. The things that you do in lifetime echoes in eternity. The things that you do matters to other people that you may not even know you may influence on down the line. Okay. And I'm saying that because it's like you want to do and make an impact on whatever you do or to someone. People that you're related to won't know you in 100 years. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, oh man, did you know your great uncle, you know, Kurt DeVille was this dude. He's a stunt man. Nobody gonna know that. They might not know who the hell is that, Mom? You know what I mean? The undisputed, really attainable for Loma. Kurt, can he get past Shakur? Thoughts? Well, we have to see what he's going to do, Matthew. We have to see what he's going to do at this point. We're going to see what he, you know.
Scores incorrectly on the normal standard protocol of how you read scores. And then he just did that.
Whoa, what happened? Dude, they gave it to one lady and then they gave it to another. Oh, that's crazy.
Can somebody please get Mark Chinook,
What?
Michael Buffer, anybody but Lieutenant Dan Hennessy in this spot right now?
Oh, my God.
Anyways, we mentioned Andrew Maloney retiring earlier, Bernardo.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. Well, yeah, that was crazy. Imagine that. Hey, they did some Steve Harvey shit. he announces the winner over here, but it's actually over there. Crazy, man. Somebody's going to get fired. Put it this way. Somebody's going to get never rehired. Yeah, Nina say they robbed her. But I mean, the fight wasn't like, I looked at this fight and, you know, you've seen a lot of wrestling and tussling and stuff like that. And I honestly don't think that people that are judges really know how to score fights. I just don't. Yeah, dude. Steve Harvey did. Fucking idiot. I don't like Steve Harvey. I'll go on. I do not like Steve Harvey. Dude, Steve Harvey. Let me tell you guys something about Steve. Steve came to my town. In my town, Shreveport, Louisiana. The same place 50 Cent bought half of Shreveport. So they're going to have a lot of that stuff. Anyway, Steve Harvey went to Horseshoe Casino. Hooked up with some chicks. I guess they were drinking or whatever. He's gambling. Ha ha! Uber day, Uber baby. And he went up and he did what he did with the chicks. So he gets drunk in the room and he wants the chicks to leave. No problem. But He doesn't allow them to get their clothes. He kicks them out ass butt naked. He kicks them out ass butt naked. So these girls are on the 26th floor where all the suites are. You got about 8 suites on the top of Horseshoe. And then you got the rest of the hotel. And he was in one of the suites, which these suites are nice, right? But he kicks them out. He doesn't give their clothes. He doesn't do all that. Get out, bitch, get out, right? And then what ends up happening, the security has to make him like, yo, you can't do that. Kurt, I think 2024, the year pay-per-view has died. I hope it dies. Oh, yeah, he's pissed off. He's pissed off about that. Yeah, man. Maloney, dude. Maloney is like, he's livid. He's livid, bro. He is livid. Oh, what's wrong with his arm? Top G, not sure how much I should bet, though. Wilder be the greatest. RC player in the building. Who is Solo? I've put $150 on Cam, 150. Not bad. You got money to blow. What excuses are AJ Man fans going to come up with after Fury beats Usyk? I don't know. I mean, I think at that point, though, if you understand something about, is that the Aborigines? Culture from a native country. Yeah, the Aborigines. I learned the culture from West Australia. It's very interesting. Okay, this is the story of the country up here from. Look, Perth's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful city. Loma want to take that damn koala with him. Now I have a chance to be world champion. Okay. All right. I think, it would be the Usyk fans would catch it first. You know what I mean? Usyk fans, and then, the dude, that's going to be a fight, bro. I can't wait. And it's next week, people. That shit kind of crept up on us, Welcome to country. This dude could have voodooed his ass. Have you ever came to Australia, Kurt? Chris, I have not, man. I gotta come. I had a jarhead buddy, man. And he was like, Loma speaks a lot better than Usyk. Yeah, he does. I mean, Loma's been practicing longer. Usyk just kind of, I am fed. Steve Harvey pulled, I'ma get you, sucker. You can leave out the window or take the stairs. That man, he kicked them chicks out the door naked. They did not have a stench of clothes on. They ain't have their socks on, if they were even wearing socks. But yeah, man, they had to do that. And it took them a while to open the door. Yeah, Steve Harvey did this in Shreveport, man. So look, Shreveport might not be. Shreveport is probably about 200,000 people. If you add Barksdale, you got maybe 300,000 people in this. It's not big, okay? It's 3 hours from Dallas. Curtis, pay-per-view dead. Everything is free online. Well, I mean, I don't go that route simply because I support the fighters. You know what I mean? I don't, because fighters put their life on the line. So the only way I end up watching something that's an illegal stream or something that hasn't been paid for is I'm out of the country and I can't watch it and I want to report it and I want to, give play-by-play commentary because he didn't want to pay them. I don't know. I don't think that was the case, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know why he did that. I mean, Steve, I don't know. But I mean, it's more than that with Steve. I just don't like. Steve is one of those guys that are where he is simply because other people have died. That's all. You know, Steve, like, he's one of them people that stayed around long enough to just, you know, be in a certain position. He's not like, I'm not a Steve Harvey fan. Let's put it that way. I'm not. Kurt, did you hear Caleb Plant voice his opinion on retiring undefeated without fighting the best? I hope my fighters are willing to risk it. Yeah, Caleb Plant, you know, he's good. He's a good family man. He's still in Tennessee, right? Or did he move to? No, he moved to Vegas, didn't he? I think he moved to Vegas. The fight is a week away. Keep the Fury away from the sparring ring. Yeah, man. Fury, don't do any more sparring. Because if you get cut again, you're like, dude, no. Get him some super glue and glue it back. You know. Yeah, Vasiliy Lomachenko, man. Dude, he was, people say seen him cry and all that. Man, that dude was pissed. I've seen people mad enough to cry. That's why Loma was crying. He was crying because he was pissed off. He was crying because he was pissed off. He wasn't crying because he was hurt. No, he was crying because he was mad. Did Steve Harvey have the man unit at that time? Yeah, he did. He wore it all the time. He wore it all the time. Imagining here commenting a fight. Oh, we got hit with a left. Oh, boy. Whoa. Revelation TV. Kurt, I can't find the results of the undercard. Did Joe Goodhall win? I'm not sure. I don't know what the next fight is. They're really pissed. They're looking at these scorecards. See, when judges start doing that type of stuff and announcers, it's not good. It's not good. Yeah, he beat Haney. Yeah, he beat Haney. Mayweather cried after being robbed at the Olympics. Look, Mayweather, Roy Jones Jr., a lot of those cats, man, they got railroaded. But then they went into pros and became legends and made millions of dollars. So, I don't know. I don't know how Roy's doing, but, because I think he was fighting for checks and money. Real men don't cry. Okay. Come on, he didn't beat Haney. Yeah, he did. He beat Haney. It's just Loma's arrogance. I'm going to tell you, Loma's arrogance. He felt that all he had to do was go out there and do his job without even doing his job. Like a lot of times you got to do above and beyond. Sometimes if you know the odds against you, you have to do more to stand out. You can't do just enough. That ain't going to work. What time is Loma fighting in the UK? I don't know in the UK. But Lomachenko is not that. Lomachenko's older. You can tell in his face. His face is getting filled up. He looks different now. Loma's not that thin, with guy with the crew cut no more. He's older now. He's an older guy. Counterpunch to you. I heard that. To Rourke 79. Yeah, Loma was pissed off. He was mad, dude. Real men don't cry. I think real men don't cry in front of people. But I mean, it's a cool saying when you don't get caught crying. Whatever the time in the UK is now is the fight. That's when the fight starts. Loma, sore loser. Loma should have done more. You should definitely, it's not the fact. Okay, even look at the Lopez fight. Lomachenko fighting Lopez. He started busting Lopez up for a while. If he would have started that earlier, He would have beat him. And here's my thing. I think Loma would have beat T.O. in a rematch. T.O. beat him just by being consistent. Stick to his game plan. Every time Lomachenko came in, he threw and he threw shots that he needed to throw. You know, that's it. Whereas, you know, him just doing his same old song, no, that's not going to work. I look at Lomachenko in a main event. It's coming next. It's coming in 4 minutes. Okay, main event is coming in 4 minutes. All right, now, so that answers everybody's question. Now I'll say this. Okay. I say Lomachenko is in that category of fighters that are like Austin No Doubt Trout. Because Austin Trout was fighting guys that he was beating, but he just couldn't get a decision. He was just too old. You know, there wasn't any marketing brand behind him. There wasn't any reason why they would want to rule a fight in his favor based on his age, you know, versus other fighters that are younger, like the Charlos, and you know what I mean? And you know, he beat Cotto, but he beat Cotto by an upset. Okay. And he was like Austin Trout, like I have mad respect for him. Good guy. I got a cousin that looks like him. But good guy though, really good guy. I think that he just wasn't marketable enough. He wasn't in that right promotional mainframe, right? If you cry in boxing, you get suspended and fined. He said, "Real psychopaths don't cry, my G." I'm sure Bill Haney cried himself to sleep after Devin got beat. He probably cried over a bunch of shit. Yeah, you know, my man. Nah, I ain't mess with Bill. Bill's all right with me, man. Kurt, do you think the IBF will strip Usyk if his fight ends in a draw, leaving undisputed delayed even longer? I mean, if it's a draw, that means Usyk beat Tyson. Regardless of like what you think. If it's a draw, now a draw is only acceptable if it's earned. If it's just to the wire and these guys have knocked each other down twice and they just went toe to toe and blow, like you would be like, dude, don't get his fight to none of these dudes because they both did enough not to win, but they both did enough not to lose. That's the real deal. That's the only way a draw is acceptable. Okay. But other than that, if Usyk gets a draw, if it's a draw, I think the winner gets the draw. Like you didn't get the win because you won, but you get the draw. So nobody wins. You know what I'm saying? Boxing needs Ryan. Troy Peterson, counterpunch. Kurt, should they give Ryan, let's see. Should they give Ryan a heavy suspension if he's found guilty? A light suspension will only let other fighters know that you can. What they should do, they should take half that man's pay before taxes. That $12 million, give him $6 million. Take that $12 million and give it to Devin Haney. That's what they should do. Because Devin Haney was the one that took those blows from a guy that has been ruled to be intentionally cheating. Now, only God and himself know if he really did it or not, or he intended to do that or not. Only those are the two entities. Okay, him and the higher power only knows that he meant to do that or not. He can say whatever he wants to say on social media. I think he's on it too much. I think Ryan needs to shut up and sit down. That's what I think. I think he needs to sit down and let everything pan out. Look what they did to Conor Benn. Conor Benn tried that shit. What happened to him? They suspended him again. UCAD came after him. You know how crooked UCAD is. I'm going to do a live on UCAD next week. They're crooked as a barrel of snakes. But what they do, they take advantage of certain situations. They're opportunists. You know what I mean? So they'll come after you way after the fact. They did that to Tyson Fury. They suspended Tyson Fury a year after the fight that he had Nandrolone. These are facts, man. And then they did that to Carlos Molina. They told him he couldn't even spar. I'm like, he ain't even from the. How you gonna know if you gonna have little agents and you know what I mean? Like, how are you gonna know if he spars or not? It's crazy. Exactly. Shut up and dribble. Lomachenko pulled out of the fight with Pacquiao. It's a fact. Well, he said Pacquiao was too. He said Pacquiao was too old. Now I mean, Pacquiao, man. I'm glad, and this is the silver lining of that. The Ben Pacquiao fight is off. Manny Pacquiao is going to retire in 9 months, and he should. Go away, Pacquiao. Please sit down, have another child with that beautiful wife of yours, Jinky, and have another child. Do not get back in this ring. I'm tired of looking at Pacquiao. And it is not even the fact that he's not able or he can't do it. He doesn't have the ability. He shows you that he does. But at what point? Manny's going to be, I don't want Manny to be, hello, everybody. I am Manny Pacquiao. I don't want to see that for Manny. I don't want to see Manny harmed or too much damage because he didn't know when to put the gloves away. Manage you put all your energy into your son. Quit fighting guys like Conor Ben and dude, come on. Remember, in fact, he was going to fight Ryan Garcia once upon a time. You guys remember that? A few years ago. Kambosos was going to get wobbly knees. UK had colluded with the BBB to conceal Fury's failed drug test until after the Klitschko fight. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, they did. Absolutely. I mean, I don't like that, man. Pacquiao, I'm glad he's leaving. Go away. The real Jamaican Mark Hanley. Listen, I think if anything, the fight's now. Okay. It's now. Who is your final pick, Kurt? Usyk or the Gypsy King? I still think Usyk outboxes him, but I think at this point, I don't think, the Ukraine Russia thing is kind of fizzing down. So the politics behind it may change the perception of people, and it may change the route of this fight. Usyk has never lost. Tyson has never lost. I think that if anything, man, Tyson Fury fighting Usyk, if he fights the right fight, he can beat Usyk. If he's not like Usyk's not unbeatable, but I think Usyk has enough to beat Tyson Fury, even though he's a couple years older and all that, But I just don't want to see Usyk made an example like Lomachenko, because see what happens. That makes people bitter. Now imagine they do that to Usyk. Usyk will morally win, but officially lose. And it's amazing what that can do to a person and a fighter. When you do, you've worked and you've got your camp and you're putting the time and you're eating right, you're living right, you're consistent, you're disciplined, you're focused. And you go in there and you put on a master class and you do your job and you do your job well and you do your job enough to know that everybody around you, the thousands of people that watched it or the millions that watched you fight, agree with you winning, and they don't give it to you. Bro, okay, somebody is against me. That's the first thing you got to think about. Somebody is against me. And to understand that somebody is against me, you have to take into account that kills the momentum of any type of motivation or possibly any motivation. That's a hindrance. That's a hurdle. do you really want to do that shit again? Do you really want to go out there and do what you did? You know what I mean? Not stay around, not hang out with your wife and, hang out in this training camp and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Do you really want that? Kurt's voice resembles Tommy Lee Jones. Really? I've never heard that shit. For whatever reason, I don't know. I got a raspy voice. Hey, yo, what's going on right there? I don't know. Okay. Usyk had, okay, there we go. All right. I got you, Troy. Usyk's hand speed and footwork looks good for the irky, perky, jerky style of Tyson Fury. I do not underestimate Tyson Fury. Still a great boxer. Usyk for me. It's more of a Patrick Swayze voice Kurt has. Really? Man, Patrick Swayze is cool, man. I hate what happened to him. I think it was like pancreatic cancer, something like that. Well, he has to have two minds. You need to be able to switch out of being a father mindset to fight Usyk. Davey, Kurt, let us know when round one starts so I can sync up with you. Well, okay. They're in the ring now. Hope this is a great one. Yeah, Loma ready to get in there, man. He's been jogging, exercising. He got the jump rope. Oh, man. Skip rope. Oh, man. Shout out to JP James Cook. He had his birthday last week. That's my daughter's grandfather, man. He was awesome. He passed about 10 years ago. But like everything he was always suspect of everybody. Like, oh, I'm jumping rope, skip rope, and make it all feminine. Davey, Kurt, is the drug testing lax for the Fury versus Usyk fight? I don't think so. I think that, I just don't think that it's come up. I think it should, though, based on what's going on right now. Why are the ring women covered up asking for a friend? I don't know. We'll see. Oh, Hymn to Liberty, Greek national anthem. What people don't know, Kambosos, his people are from Greece. He's Australian, but his background is Greek. He's hanging out with John Stay Moist and all those cats. Yeah, let me use the restroom. Hold on. Look at here. All right. So we are back. Kambosos will have a dig and won't back down. That's an Aussie style. You like Tom Petty? Because I won't back down. Don't back down. Won't back down. He said you probably would enjoy Ring Man. What are you guys talking about here? What guys got you in here? Okay. Yeah, I gotta hold on. I've got a splitting headache. There's room for you, room for me, bigger hearts and opportunity. Guys, I'm gonna do an online poll, right? Okay, Usyk is a boxing genius and magician. If the Russians knew that Gassiev would not win, the Muhammad Ali tournament wouldn't have happened. Vincent Salamatino, what's up, brother? Kind of punch to you. Dude, Kambosos looks hyped. He's at home. He like, look, I ain't getting my ass whooped at home no more. So he's looking for something, people. So guess what? I got this here. I got a shot of Willet, right? Which I'm not going to take all at one time. Shots will kill you. Here we go. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Okay, I got to take this. Wait. All right. Here we go, guys. Oh, let's see. Oh, I got to wait for this. It's too close. Too close, man. Too close. Okay, so sync guys with me. I'm ready. Ding, ding. Here we go. Round one. Okay, Kambosos comes out with that jab, dipping. Loma hasn't did anything yet. Loma eludes a jab. He shows that sidestep movement. Okay, he takes another dip. Kambosos is filling out with a jab. He's just kind of a filling out jab at the point. So he's still filling out. He's trying to get close. He go good right hand to the body by Kambosos. Okay, now Loma comes in. Loma's dipping. He's slipping. He's doing that spiral. Oh, good right hand for the body by Kambosos. And you know something? Just by looking at the attack that Kambosos has implemented, just in the bulk of this little segment of the fight, he's been watching that Haney fight because Haney went to that body each time Loma tried to do anything upstairs. You know, the only problem is I don't think Haney did enough from that body attack. Besides that body attack, if you look at the right side of Lomachenko, it's already red right here. Body shots from Kambosos. A right and a left hook land. Because Kambosos is working that body, bro. He's working that body. Now, what it is, like Max Kellerman says, I think Vasiliy is downloading the matrix right now and seeing what Kambosos has. Good jab by Lomachenko. Lomachenko jabs him, pops him. Kambosos says, hey, let me get the hell out of Dodge. Let's go. Let me move out of here. Oh, good right uppercut, left hook to the body by Kambosos. He's attacking that body. Straight left lands for Loma. Another jab lands for Loma. Jab and a right hand misses from Kambosos. Kambosos tried to go back to that body. This time, Loma's like, hell no. You're not catching me with those hard, heavy-hitting Greek, Aussie hammers. Oh, good jab from Lomachenko. Lomachenko opens up with another straight left to the body. He lands a body shot this time. Now he's mixing it up. And what I noticed, Loma, look, those body punches from Kambosos has Loma's attention. Because now when Kambosos goes to that body and reaches for that body, Lomachenko's, whoa, no, I don't want to go and hit that shot and get hit with that shot again. Yeah, I miss Max, man. He ain't dead. He just, it is what it is, isn't it? He's on First Take making that big money. Good right hand and a left by Loma. Oh, wow. Good left hand from Loma. Loma, he gets fired up. Kambosos comes in with a jab and back to the body. Good shot, Loma, by unanimous decision. I think Loma had the last part of that fight, maybe the last minute, but the first 2 minutes belonged to Kambosos. Back, body shots. Let me take this BC to the face. I got this BC extra strength. I take it to the face. I hope Max isn't dead, but he isn't on TV. We need to see Max and Kurt Collin fight. Yeah, that'd be good. I'd love to be with that Max, man. Max Kellerman has been an inspiration to me. He actually kept me out of the ring because I either wanted to be a professional boxer or a professional sports boxing commentator. Just boxing, not the other shit. Not football, baseball, basketball. I don't want to do none of that. No, I wanted to do boxing, bro. Round 2. Okay, they're squaring each other up with the jabs. They're pawing the jabs up, both fighters. They're sticking that jab out. Good jab for Loma. He misses the left, though. But nonetheless, it pushes him back. Good little quick left hook to the body by Kambosos. As Loma circles, he circles in. Bow! Loma catches him with a little nip. Oh, good right uppercut by Kambosos to the body. Ooh, good right hook from Lomachenko. And another jab followed. Then another jab follows from Loma. That's that broken rhythm. That's what you got to worry about. You think that attack's over. He comes back with another bat, then a bat, then a boop, bat. You know what I mean? Good right to the body by Kambosos. So Kambosos has had a lot of success to the body. He's had a lot of success. And then I think that's to slow Loma down in the later rounds because he's older. Loma comes in with a right hook. He misses, and then ooh, good straight left to the body by Kambosos. Ooh, left hook by Kambosos. Left hook lands for Kambosos. Ooh, good right uppercut to the body by Kambosos. Good body punching. Ooh, good straight left and a right and another left and another right by Lomachenko. It's firing up now. Kambosos, he's still having that success to the body. Excuse me. One of those have to win nights for Cam. Skrilla, don't say that to Kurt. We don't want him looking like ET. I didn't catch it. What happened? Kurt, you could have been the American heavyweight that needed after Tyson. No, I was too young for that, man. Well, no, I wasn't. I'm tripping. No, I really wasn't. You know. Oh, good straight left from Lomachenko. Ooh. See, Kambosos wants to rush in after that. He wants to rush in and get some payback because that straight left caught him off guard. You know how you get pop, and then you want to swing back. That's what Kambosos did. You know, you ever been in a fight? Oh, good straight left from Lomachenko. Man, that's a nice sniper. Kambosos got to watch that because each time he lets it go, it lands. So the question is, why isn't Loma throwing more of them? You know, is that due to age or, you know, maybe he's just, you know, putting it on ice, you know. I'm putting this guy on ice, you know. Oh, good right hook for Loma. Straight left for Loma. Kambosos counters with some body punches. When in doubt, go to the body. Why not? Oh, good right to the body. Oh, he said it was a little low. I don't really think that was low, honestly, but it is what it is. And his cup's not high, so you know, I don't know. Oh, good jab from Kambosos. Kambosos comes back with another right hand. He partially landed. Yeah, it partially landed. Kambosos, you know, he has that little nick from that straight left. Kambosos he's ready to get down with it though. You know, I don't see any backing down from him. Left hook to the body. Kambosos is holding his own though. He's not let Loma, because you can't let Loma, you know, pull that Officer Smith shit. You know, you can't let him do that because once he starts doing that, you know, you're going to be uncertain. You're going to be timid. You're going to be hesitant. And that's, you know, and he's going to have a field day with you. Good right to the body. Oh, good straight left. See, Loma. Oh, wait a minute. What are you doing, ref? Oh, the round's over. Yeah, that was a good exchange there. Good exchange from both guys because, you know, Kambosos likes that nasty little scrap. Like I said, he wants Loma to come in, but Loma's coming in and then out, then in, then and out. You know what I mean? That's the way. You know, don't stay in long enough to catch one of those hooks coming out or coming in. Okay? Yeah, come doing the right thing. Yeah, work that body. Loma's problem is he's always starting too slow. Hammer scratch, festy exchange at the end there. Yo, absolutely. BK, have it your way. You rule. I don't know what round it is. I think it's round 4. I hope it's round 4. Yeah, this is round 4. Okay, the beginning of round 4. It's not like round 3 was pretty heated. Loma with the straight lefts and Kambosos still rocking to that body. I hate these angles. Stop that fucking over the head shit. I hate those overhead angles. I don't want to see the top of their heads. What the hell is that? Oh, good straight left from Loma. Loma, he's that real accurate with that left hand. It just, bop, you know, he just sticks it out. A 1-2 by Kambosos. He comes in. See, Kambosos is waiting for Loma, and he shouldn't do that. He should jump on Loma, go to the body. He's waiting for Loma to open up so then he can begin his barrage of punches or whatever. He shouldn't do that. He should take that fight to Loma. See, what's happening now. Now the first clinch. See, when people start clinching and holding, it's uncertain. They're uncertain of what they want to do. Okay. So they hold on. They need a break. Look at that straight left to the body from Lomachenko. Oh, good jab from Loma. Good left from Loma. Now he's picking Kambosos apart. 1, 2, 3 punch combination from Lomachenko. That's what we're having. And what's Kambosos doing? He's still waiting. That's what most fighters do when they get in the matrix with Vasiliy Lomachenko. They end up they're waiting, and they're waiting for something, or they're waiting for their opportunity. But their opportunity won't come if that guy keeps doing Ramadan bars. He keeps putting those punches in your face. You're not going to know where to do and what to do. And see, now he comes in because he knows I have to make something happen. Double jab for Loma. And he comes in uncertain. Now Loma's getting a little cocky. You see how Loma stepping, then Loma stepping. And he knows he has him. He's gonna stop Kambosos. I can already tell from this fight, from this round, he's gonna stop him. Good right uppercut from Kambosos. When in doubt, go back to the body. If I'm Kambosos, if I'm his trainer, go back to the body. Be first. See, now he's having abrasions on the top of his forehead. His mouth's bloody. Okay, so he's taking some punches. And he knows what it's like to be in there with Loma. Okay, that's what it is. That's why I wanted to see this fight, because this was going to be a more fan-friendly fight. You know, Lomachenko going to piece up Kambosos' face. Yeah, he's doing it anyway. You know, my real point was Kambosos is not Haney, so Loma shouldn't have too much trouble. But understand it's about Haney. Haney's not going to stand there. Haney is going to instinctively grab you. So if he gets hit, he's going to try to elude. Then he's going to come in for the clinch because he's not going to take an ass whooping. Haney ain't doing that. That's not Haney. Kambosos is a guy that he would rather fight than flight. Okay? He ain't going to go in like Haney. Haney, bat. Oh, grab him, hold him, do something with him. He's not going to do what Kambosos will take 4 or 5 punches because he wants to show that, hey, I'm still in the fight, and he wants to show that I ain't scared of you. And he has a different type of machismo shit going. But Devin Haney ain't going to do that. Devin Haney, if he's in trouble, good right hand from Kambosos. He comes in. Ooh, good straight. Ooh, straight left and a right hand lands for Lomachenko. Another straight left lands for Lomachenko. Ooh, he's piecing up Kambosos down on another straight left. Kambosos throws a right uppercut to the body. I'm not sure it lands because they got this dumbass ringside view. I don't like that. I don't like that ringside view, like it's like this, so you don't know if it landed or not. Ooh, good straight left from Loma. Ooh, another. Ooh, Loma's Loma's in the zone, man. Then he looks good. Good jab from Loma. Good jab from Loma. You know, so not only is Kambosos eating that straight left, now he's starting to eat the jab by the abundance. So that is not looking good for him. Good left hook from Kambosos. When in doubt, go to the body. Good body shot from Kambosos. And Loma does this back and forth, back. Oh, good straight left from Loma. Loma's piecing him up, bro. He's piecing Kambosos up. I wonder if Lomachenko's going to be there for Usyk in Saudi Arabia. So I'm thinking they may go right from there to Saudi Arabia. That would be kind of nice. But I mean, they have a whole crew, bro. Oh, good right uppercut to the body from Kambosos. He gets Loma with a straight right, but Loma comes right back with a straight left. Oh, that almost was a knockdown, bro. That almost was a knockdown. Loma caught him coming spinning out, and he gets caught. I think it was more of a balance shot, though, to be honest. But stop the fight, ref. It ain't that bad yet, man. It ain't that bad yet. George is Oh, this is good rounds for Loma. Yeah, what are these top rank angles? I don't like them, bro. What the hell? Julian Falcons counterpunch to you. Let's stop that. Like somebody come behind him and said, "Stop fucking playing with the angles, you cunt." Kurt, was Usyk and Loma in a camp together? I don't think so. But then again, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what was going on with that. Yeah, Loma's turning up the heat, aka Lima. Kurt, okay, yes. I'm really surprised from the start of Kambosos didn't have a speed advantage as anybody else. No. Salamatino, I didn't see this. I don't know what the hell he was talking about speed. I don't know. And then again, talking about somebody that comes from a lower weight class, your speed, being a bigger guy, and Kambosos is not known to be a real fast guy. I mean, he was, he's not slow, but he's not just abnormally fast either. I seen him fight Teofimo, and it was a good fight. That's his coming out party. That made him the quote unquote emperor, right? To beat a guy that beat a legend, that never fought the legend again. And he runs into Kambosos, and Kambosos showed him his Kambosos. Right? And see, now I don't see the fire from Kambosos. I see uncertainty. I see because see Kambosos he's on the defensive. He's unsure of what Loma's going to do, and that's what you don't want from Loma, because Loma's going to eat you up and then spit you out, right? Hell, he might even swallow you. Oh man. Oh, good straight left from Loma. Good left to the body from Kambosos. Kambosos kind of shoves him back, like, get off me, even though the ref is kind of separating them, I know somebody would catch that. Swallow. Ooh, good left hook from Kambosos. See, Loma missed with that jab, and then he counters. Kambosos counters. Bat! Left hook. Ooh, good right uppercut. Ooh, we got to be careful with those heads. Chopping left hook. Now Kambosos is coming on. Come on, bring it to Loma. Because Loma looks like he's taking a break. And, and I don't think someone that's 36 years of age and it's round 6 should be taking no damn breaks. Because, you're in Perth. You're in Australia. You can't you can't do that. Left hook to the body by Kambosos. And he gets countered with a straight left and a right hook from Lomachenko. Ooh, good right uppercut from Kambosos. Ooh, good straight left. Oh, no, that was a hook from Lomachenko. Lomachenko's loading up. Kambosos signals that he got hit behind the head, but he kind of dipped forward, to be fair. Okay, they mix it up. Dude, I don't know why this damn commercial. I hate this commercial. I hate that commercial. BK. And it was going in my head, and then the damn thing comes on. It's programming propaganda, man. Quiet SP, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Loma's a great example on how you box defensively while staying in the pocket and countering while holding your ground. Shakur needs to take notes. Shakur ain't going to fight like that. Shakur going to be... And the winner is... Atrocious Kambosos is getting the kangaroo piss beat out of him. Oh, man. Closer round, but got Loma winning again. See, that I don't like that. I don't like any of that. Because, see, yeah, but Loma, listen, Loma needs to, Loma's too old for that shit. He's too old for any type of, hey, let me sit down. He can't slack any rounds. You don't know which rounds they're giving to Kambosos. It's not an open scoring. You don't know what these people are going to do. Poor Australia crowd takes that. Take that. Hashtag Diddy. Take that. Take that, playboy. You want $1 million? Huh? Let me show you. No. Good left to the body by Kambosos. Yeah, see, well, all this time where Loma's just there and doing it. Look, I would be working that body. I would be going to the body if I'm Kambosos. Damn. Kambosos swung so hard he fell. Oh, oh man. I mean, he won't win the fight. I don't see him winning the fight if they don't want him to win. If it goes like this with no knockdowns, you don't know what's going to happen, man. Ooh, good straight left from Lomachenko. Ooh, good straight left to the body by Lomachenko. Yeah, he's thing that hurts Loma though. Loma, Usyk, Klitschko's, all of them, man, they got thin skin. They swell and they cut easy. Look at the right eye of Lomachenko. Ooh, good straight left to the body by Lomachenko. Ooh, another straight left to the body by Lomachenko. Now it's getting real because if you notice, Kambosos is moving that right elbow down because he knows he don't want to get hit with that shot. Good straight left from Lomachenko. Good right uppercut. Good left hook from Kambosos. Somebody, I think that was a headbutt. I don't know what happened with that. He needs a KO, that's why he's loading up. He needs to load up. Man, listen, let me tell you something. That man's 36 years of age. He ain't got time to play with these kids. Loma ain't got time to play with these kids or anybody else in there. If he wants to win a fight, he has to take it out of the hand of the judges. How you do that? You get a KO. How you get a KO? You put those punches together that you need to put together, and you defy all odds. That's how it works. And Loma is in that category. Yes, I don't care how good you used to be. I don't care how many gold medals you have. You're in the pros now. None of that shit means anything. It's you versus the other guy. And maybe, just maybe, they want to see the other guy prevail and not you because they know you're almost out of here. Let's be real. Come on. You got to make it count. Absolutely. Jose, make it count. Or is it Josie? Make it count. Here we go. Round 8 of 12. Ooh, good straight left to the body. And see what Loma's doing. He's already busting up. Look at the right side of Kambosos. He's got a cut on that right side right here. And that's due to those straight lefts coming in. He chops with a right hand that lands on Lomachenko. Lomachenko comes back with a jab. Okay. Another jab from Lomachenko. Another straight left from Lomachenko. Ooh, he turns and back. Where the hell does that come from? Now he has Kambosos' nose bloody. Straight left. Now Kambosos goes to the body with a 3-punch combination. Oh, good jab. Oh, good hook from Lomachenko. He jabs, he throws a left, and he sets it up with a right hook. Nice combination pattern for Lomachenko. Oh, good straight left to the body by Lomachenko. Kambosos throws a left hook, and he misses. Good defense by Loma. Oh, good straight left from Loma. Look, Loma's feeling himself now. He's feeling himself. Because he knows, I got this guy. His face is bloody. He's busted up. He's unsure. He's not coming forward no more. He's waiting for me. And if he waits for me, he's going to be waiting all night. Good straight left. No, that was a chopping left hook from Lomachenko. Right on that part. He gets in. Kambosos gets in a right hand. Finally, in a long time, he gets a good right hand in. No, you can't turn your back on your opponent there, Kambosos. Come on now. Kambosos pulled a Ryan Garcia. He did this. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Where do you think you're at, bro? Prison? Cell block F? No, did he? Bullshit. Oh, man, Kambosos. Oh, Kambosos is looking crazy. But look, Kambosos, look, he comes in. He comes in because Kambosos is bleeding, man. He is bloody. You think this is a close fight? No, I don't. Loma got robbed against Haney. A real fighter, what can you expect from? Okay. Yeah, man. Pretty good fight so far. Craig, what's your pick? Daniel Dubois. Who's your pick? Daniel Dubois or Ergovic? Man, I don't know, man. But I mean, I got to do something quick, don't I? I'll watch that probably. I'll start watching that tomorrow. But Understand, first priority is the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. 7 belts on the line. 7. It's a lot. Corner might need to stop this. He's getting butchered. George bleeding like a stuck pig. Oh, Isaac, Loma must win this, please. The gap is skill level is staggering. And it's round 9. So, oh, good right hook. Good right hook from Lomachenko. And Kambosos, he's throwing, but he's throwing because he's trying to counter Loma, but he's waiting to counter. Good right hook. That's what he should do. He should come in, throw the jab right to the body like he started off with. But what's happening is those jabs and those straight lefts are really demotivating him, right? They're deterring him from going back to the body like he used to because he's getting ate up upstairs, and that's what normally happens. Good right to the body for Kambosos. Yep. Yeah, see, George grabbed him, and Loma was still punching. Them Ukrainians, they don't like to get grabbed, man. Don't grab me. I still punch you. Here we go with this over the good straight left from Loma. I hate that angle, bro. When you look down, we're not God, come on, looking at everybody top of their head. Come on now. See, look, Kambosos, he's doing a lot of holding. That's not good for him. He's either getting fatigued or he's uncertain or both, A lot of times you do that to stop the action. Oh, good straight. Oh, jab. Then he steps. Yeah, Loma's getting physical with him because he's getting tired of getting grabbed. But Loma's stepping, sidestepping, and catching him with those chopping lefts. Look at that face, bro. Dude, Kambosos, look, he looks jacked up. But to be fair, he looked like that after the Teofimo Lopez fight, too. Those guys went toe-to-toe. Look at all the blood on his gloves. Ooh, good straight right hook from Lomachenko. Oh, man. It looks like they get started and then like ding, ding, it's over. Holding and pushing is lazy work, lack of footwork. From this round to the end, Loma will be heading for the head, and Loma still has lots of gas in the tank. Kurt, who you got between Sanchez and Caballo? Well, I think Sanchez will beat him, but then, I'm biased, so it's kind of bad to ask me because I know Frank. So I'm not, I know him personally, so I'm not like, yeah, I'm going for Frank. I wish him all the best. He's still undefeated. He looked in good shape the last time, but understand he's probably just filling in, George, did you not study angles at school, or was it all just straight line? You guys, Arturo Thunder. What happened to Gotti? Loma is Bill the Butcher. Kurt, did Fury Usyk go? Does Fury Usyk goes the distance? I think it does. I think it goes the distance. What would be definite if it doesn't? If it didn't go the distance, it would probably be more fulfilling because you wouldn't have to worry about all that other shite. Ooh, good straight left from Loma. Loma, why? He loaded up on that punch. Bow! I mean, he put his ankles in it. Ooh, good right hook from Loma. Kambosos threw 3 punches and they were like punching in the wind. You ain't lying. See, Kambosos is doing that a lot. So between him and Haney, that's why they didn't really produce a good fight, because Kambosos and Haney, that's all they really did. You know what I mean? They got close enough, threw a couple shots. And see what Loma's starting to do now, and he's starting to catch Kambosos on the top of the head, around the temples, but you got to be careful. Hitting somebody in the top of the head, not always a good thing. You know what I mean? See, Kambosos is why they're like, you bloody hit me, I'll hit you, you hit me. Oh, good straight left. Oh, good jab. The cut man of Kambosos, they got a good cut man, good experienced cut man, simply because they've kept that eye, because that eye was bleeding a lot. They kept it concealed. Good stuff. Class A shit. Well, we have 2 more rounds after this. Michael Bucklin, counterpunch to you from Dallas. Dallas in the building. How does Usyk avoid Fury's dirty tactics, clinching and grabbing? Well, protect yourself at all times. Make sure you have a good enough referee. That's the whole thing. It's how the referee allows that fight to happen. Yeah, he needs to knock him out. Like, the exhibition style of Loma gets old. See, Loma needs to turn into Guillermo Rigondeaux. He needs to turn into him. Start knocking these dudes spark out. Because Loma, like, what he does is good, but like, if it's not winning you decisions, you need to stop doing it, or you need to try something else. Okay, this is round 11. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on a second. Okay. I was like, okay, what this ref got going. Joshua versus Wilder in September. Who you got? Man, you know what? That's a good question, because like Wilder, let's see what. Ask me that question again after he fights Zhang. If he beats Zhang and knocks Zhang out, and Zhang has a very good chin, you know what I mean? For what I know. Oh, good left and a right uppercut to the body by Kambosos. Damn. Loma just landed 4 right. And where are the flurries, though, from Lomachenko? I don't see enough of them landing. He's fighting like Canelo, just kind of picking shots here and there, Okay. Good 1-2 by Loma. Ooh, good straight to the body and a right upstairs from Loma. Good combinations. Good jab by Loma. Good jab by Loma. Good straight by Loma. Down goes Kambosos. They say it's, but that could have been a knockdown though. Now look, here he goes. Here comes Loma. Oh, good strike. Oh, down goes Kambosos with that straight left. I know it was setting it up. Down goes Kambosos. Same shot he caught Linares with. He did get up. He didn't pull a Ryan Garcia. He got up. Good heart from Kambosos. Now, he's going to stop. He's going to stop him. Down he goes again. Down he goes, Kambosos. Lomachenko with the knockout to the body. You wanted, and we wanted to see a knockout. We got it. That's what it is. Congratulations to Lomachenko. Good comeback. The comeback kid is in the house. Lomachenko, good job. I seen him. Ha, ha, bah. He was coming in. And like I told you guys, remember he lowered that right. But then Ben Loma stopped going to it. A couple rounds ago, he stopped going. He stopped shooting that sniper left to the body. He stopped doing it. He was going upstairs. So what he started jabbing. Bow. He started attacking. And then that got Kambosos back up here. So he started worrying about that face that was constantly getting bust up. And then boom. Ah. Sweet science, bro. Hell yeah. Lomachenko all day. Hell to the. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. That punch, bro, that punch will put you down. That is your liver. That's the most important organ in your body besides your brain and your heart, of course. But your liver, bro, when you get hit to your liver, oh my God. Oh my God. This for Lomachenko. How much did you bet, Psycho? Look at that. Watch. So this is Loma. Look at Loma. Loma, he dips down. Watch. He throws. He dropped. Bow. He gets caught the left. See, that straight left hurt him also. That straight left hurt Kambosos. But Loma knew he had him. He knew he had him after that. When he caught him that straight left, he jabbed. Look at him. Bow. He catches him. Kambosos tried to hold, but he didn't have enough power to hold because the damage from that punch was bringing his ass down to the ground. Okay. Then boom. Ooh. Ah. Down he goes. Down he goes. He had to take a knee. He had to take a Kaepernick. He did a Colin Kaepernick. That's what he did. But he got up. You know what I mean? After that, Loma just swirled on him and got him out of there. Bye-bye. That's how you do it. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. Ooh. Then look, that's the second knockdown. And before they threw in the towel, because look, he got caught with that punch again. He was going down anyway. Over. They threw that shit in. Yeah. Yeah. Because he got hit with it again. That's a hell of a punch. Now, that's how Arslanbek felt. He just got beat all the way down. Yeah, well, like I told people, he's worried about stopping Loma, and he gets stopped. And what did Loma say? We will see when we get in ring. I don't want to talk. Lomachenko. You damn right. You damn right. Vincent, you're damn right. Lomachenko. Danny Dubois wins 8 rounds by stopping the fight. Usyk beats Fury because of cuts. Kambosos, matter of fact, he ain't never been stopped. In all of his fights, he's lost twice to Haney, and that's it. He's never been stopped. Yeah. Yeah, dude. 11th round KO from Vasiliy Lomachenko. Bars. Yeah. IBF lightweight world champion. He is now, maybe he's the 4 or 5 time. Look, and then like here's the deal. Like with this going on, I'm proud of Loma, man. 36 years old. He needed that. We don't know how those cards are going to go. I want to see how they are now. I want to see him from rounds 1 to rounds 10. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see where those scores were from rounds 1 to rounds 10. That's what I want to see. Because then we could see if the fix was in from 1 to 10. Bars. Loma versus Shakur next. Yep. Watch Bob Arum come out there. Hey, you know, Loma showed us he was one of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet, and I want to put him in with the young raging bull, Shakur Stevenson. 2 southpaws that are good and know what the hell they're doing. Ukrainian, the true Spartan. Let me tell you guys something. Shout out to George Kambosos. You know why? He didn't quit. He didn't quit like a bitch like Ryan Garcia did. Oh, I'm going to say that. You know why? Because Ryan waited to 10 to get up. Errol wasn't lying. You waited to 10 to get up. You knew you ain't want no more ass whooping no more after that. You waited till your ass heard the 10 and you got up like you was big bad, Mr. Get Bad, Mr. Tough Guy and shit. You know you didn't want no more of that ass whooping. You know Tank was going to pull you over. And you know he got sugar in it. That was a good fight. It was. Very good fight. I'm impressed, man. I'm glad there's a knockout. And knockouts stop all the other BS from possibly occurring. Okay? Bro, I have to say Shakur would beat Loma. Well, Shakur's younger. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong. And we do know that Loma's not going to fight forever. He's already told us that. If Shakur Stevenson can beat Lomachenko, you know what that means? That means he can get his damn stripes back because Ghost from Power hurt his ass and he got on his bicycle and started going laps. He did it, you know what I mean? All night long. So if he wants his balls back, he should go in there and do a job for Loma. But here's the deal. What if Loma beats his ass too? You know what I mean? Then he can just go on out. You know, he can join Gary Russell and, you know what I mean? All those other cats that Loma been in there and taxed that ass, you know? So it is what it is.
At this weight class, it's very difficult. How did you make him return tonight?
It looks like knockout, not much chance. But, you know, we trained hard for this moment. I want to say big thank you to my opponent. He's a strong man, he's a true warrior. And of course, I want to say big thank you to our God, Jesus Christ, to my team. Ed is my manager, Andre, my father, Ras. Of course, I want to say thank you to Top Rank who give me this chance, be a champion again, Bob Arum. And of course, for all people who support boxing, God bless you.
The judges, you make sure
Can't get any better than that.
But also, you got off to a fast start. Talk to me about how you broke him down and your plan into this fight.
My plan wasn't to adjust to my
Oof.
opponent. This is what I
Man, that's straight left.
during the fight. And ended the round. I need to finish strong. And last 3 rounds, of course, I was trying to find his fight.
Last time we tried you in July, there was a different type of emotion because you promised your son to be the new. Today you hear the word and new. And who do you dedicate this victory to?
First of all, of course, this is God. Second one is my father, my coach, and my family.
And finally, Tank Davis on social media said Lomachenko is next. Finally, it looks like he wants to get in the ring with you. Is that a fight that you want to do next?
You know, during my boxing career, I never running around, and I always take a fight. And right now, I want to come back to my home, spend the time with my family, and after then I rest a little bit. We can talk about future.
We talked about at age 36, this division is about speed and reaction time. How did you feel in terms of your speed and reaction time to compete with those elite fighters here at 35?
I feel not bad. Not bad.
Thank you, Vasiliy. We appreciate you. And now we've got George Kambosos here with us. And George,
Look at George Michael.
what was different about Vasiliy Lomachenko tonight compared to the other
He's a true champion. You know, he's a legend of the sport. I give him that much respect. I never disrespected him. I always gave him the respect. And we knew what we were coming up against. But I tried my best. I had the best preparation. I gave everything in training camp. And unfortunately, it wasn't enough today. But yeah, it is what it is. I stepped to the best. I'm a motor before I got here. Like Mickey Ward and all these champions. I stepped to the best. I fought the best. You take a loss. It is what it is.
The adjustments, we talked about Anton being your new trainer. Was it just too hard to adjust against a fighter like Loma?
We started off really good with the body work. We landed some really good body shots. First bit of the fight was quite good on our behalf. And then he started getting that edge a little bit. I came back a little bit again. He's a true champion. This is one of the best fighters in history. And so I'm not ashamed. I wanted to finish that fight on my feet. I really did. I wanted to finish the rounds like I always do. But there's no shame in losing to a man like Lomachenko. It is what it is. I gave my best. Thank you for all the support. In America, true champion. Fuck the cherry picks. Forget the zero. Fight the best.
We apologize for the language. George Kambosos here's now Adam.
Well, hey, it is what it is. I mean, he did it. He said, F the zero, fight the best. That's what people need to do. I think that's what keeps the sport alive, because once what we've got accustomed to is fighters not fighting the best. And then when they don't fight the best, and then when they finally fight somebody that is about something and they lose, then nobody cares for them anymore, because they know they've had a career of constantly ducking people. So when you finally fight that person and you lose, nobody wants to see you anyway, because you have no resume to help you. You have no backing. You just been that guy that's been missing and dodging and ducking and swerving all of these fighters. Okay. And when you finally fight someone, you get your ass whooped. That's why a lot of people in boxing get so shamed, okay, and blasted and ripped and ridiculed and all that stuff, because they don't fight the best on the way up. They just get to a position and they stay on it and they stay on it and they weigh on it. And they, you know what I mean? And to the point of like, dude, are you going to fight somebody or what? Or are you just going to run your mouth on social media and make countless pointless videos? And then what happens? You get beat. Then everyone's like, now get out of here. Go away. Haney can't make 135 and was 160 in the ring versus Loma. No way should they fight again. Well, I mean, they're just two that, Devin Haney, he has an interesting career, to say the least, now. And Ryan let that happen. See, Ryan shouldn't have been taking these supplements, but Ryan shouldn't have put himself in situations where people question him. That's that. Ryan beat the hell out of Devin Haney. He beat the hell out of Devin Haney. Devin Haney, all the flaws that he showed, he thought that he didn't have to make adjustments. He thought that he could get away with fighting someone like Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia is not technically sound at all. He's not. He's just fast, and he has a good left hook. That's really all he has. He has a decent chin, but he can go down like the rest of them. But we know he got quit in him. We know he has quit in him. Since we know he has quit in him, he's always going to be on the question. Now, since he actually came and stepped up and whooped Devin Haney, this shit pops up about him. So, it's interesting. And now Devin Haney's like, okay, people don't think that you beat Loma, but then you get your ass handed to you by Ryan, but he pops dirty. So it's a never-ending story, isn't it? So it is what it is. So, like, it gets real. Like, for Devin Haney, I've never, that's the only saving grace for him. You know what I mean? See, he has a better claim than someone like Wilder claiming that somebody cheated him, because there's actually evidence that's saying Ryan cheated him. However, Ryan Garcia was not, it wasn't for him to win. Everything was against him. He wasn't the guy to pick the win. He wasn't that chosen guy. He had to make that happen. And it was still close. Like, how the hell can you be close with that? Yeah, Psycho Crush, it actually is becoming a soap opera. In the next episode of Guiding Light, Moonlighting was actually kind of cool. Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis. I was like 7. I was young. Marcy D in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Tank been ducking Loma for years. Yeah, you want to wait out a fighter, and he should have fought him 6 years ago. Loma would have destroyed him. He would have he would have knocked out Tank. He probably would have made Tank quit. You know? Because, I mean, Tank wouldn't have knew what to do with the angles, you know, with the speed and the pressure that Loma would have put on him, because you're in there with another southpaw. And southpaws fighting southpaws are like orthodox fighting orthodox. So, you know, it gets balanced. You know, it's like this. How do I? Yeah. Wait. Yeah, it's like this now, you know, because so the back foot you have to always watch for in a fight like that. Love you, pal. Hope you're good, mate. Marcy D, appreciate you, brother. Much love to you. Who is the 135 WBO champ? Dude, I don't know. I have no idea. Andy Ruiz beats Miller 7th round KO. Zhang gets banged by Wilder 3rd round. Wow. I actually agree with that. And unfortunately, because I want Miller to win. Andy, he's not a good example of a champion. He's not a good example of anybody that you got to rally behind. He's not. Like, okay, let me give you an example. I ain't got nothing against Andy Ruiz. Andy's just frustrating. Andy is just frustrating. He's frustrating simply because he's a person that we've seen him at the top and he did nothing. We've seen him fall from grace and he did very little. You know, he's not a guy that he's not consistent. He's not consistent enough. Tank Davis, the dance revolution champ with 3 teeth is back on Twitter. Alan Skill, thanks for making me feel old, Kurt, talking about moonlighting. Well, shit, if you're talking about moonlighting, man, hell, I'm old too. I remember that. You ask somebody that's 20 years old about moonlighting, they're going to say, what's that? You know, is the moon out? You ever seen moonlighting? Is it a full moon? That's what somebody's going to say. Loma was so good then, Jesus. Yeah, he was. Yeah, Loma was a mother sucker. He was a mother sucker, man. Julian Falcon, thank you, Kurt, for another banger stream with your common banger takes. Absolutely. You give Andy some money and his discipline is gone right down the toilet. That's absolutely. That's the point. See, the thing about Andy doesn't have the motivation you think he has. All you have to do is make Andy comfortable, and you'll see the most undisciplined Andy Ruiz you ever seen in your life. That man, as soon as he cashed it, you imagine Andy, as soon as Andy got that damn check from beating Joshua June 1st. So imagine the night of June 1st, when they left, he had that check for, I don't know, $7 million. So after he cashed it and it cleared and all that, Andy Ruiz went to town. That man bought steaks, ground beef, pork chops. He bought all that shit. Snickers. That man, sour cream, tomatoes, avocados, bought houses, bought chains, bought 2 or 3 pounds of weed. This man went to town. I mean that good weed. I don't mean that. I mean that loud. That dude. No, man, not 3 teeth, Kurt. 3 teeth shies. Oh, okay. I'm like, damn, I didn't know he had missing teeth. But no, Andy went to town, man. Andy got that check and he was like, later, losers. This man got back to fat. That man came in. This dude gained, and he probably gained about, to be real with you guys, how much did he weigh in the Joshua fight? What, about 250 something, 257? And then the man came in at 283. You know what he did? I bet you he went from 257 to about 297. He might have been 300 pounds. He might have been up there with his cousin, Jarrell Miller. I think what happened, he didn't train at all. What I think he did, He got his ass on the treadmill so he wouldn't be as fat, because all he thought, all I got to do is catch Joshua in that same spot. And he was eating sushi off naked chicks. Hell yeah, he was. You probably doing some coke, all types of shit. And he hanging around the Pauls, Logan, and Jake. You know, they got money to burn. You know, their YouTube revenue comes in every month. The 21st. Everybody gets paid on the 21st on YouTube. Everybody in the whole world gets paid on the 21st. Kurt, will you go live again before the Usyk fight? Absolutely. Aaron, absolutely. But no, man. You look at how that goes. Kurt, how does Shakur versus Loma play out? I don't know. Oh, that's cool. Loma kissed a little baby. Kurt and Kurt's Andy Ruiz impression is stuff of legend. You need an impersonation of Andy at the drive-thru after the AJ fight. Here we go. All right, here's an impression of Andy Ruiz after the AJ fight. Yeah, I did it. Estoy listo para lo que sea. Hello, hi. I would like 123 tacos. Can I get 67 of the tacos soft? 67, please. And I want the rest hard shell, and I want supreme. And can I get a pound of jalapenos? Do you have any Snickers? I know, I got them. Can I get also, can I get those little cheesy curly fries, please? That's the only damn thing I'll open at like 3 a.m. in New York. You know what I mean? Besides piernas, right? Big up Kurt. Great fight. Loma is an awesome watch. Really, his only arguable loss was against Tio, and that's because he did nothing in the first 6 rounds. I had him beating Devin. Yeah. And yeah, man, I don't even see him. Like, I don't think Orlando Salido beat him, you know. Can I have, you guys have any steak? I want carne asada, please. Can I get 38 carne asadas? This Rick Ross of boxing. I like to see Parker versus AJ again. Them two need to get it on. That may happen in the future, but it has to be after all these big fights have panned out. You know what I mean? Then we may see a Joshua Parker fight. But understand, after this year, it's going to, like boxing, you know, we're going to keep it hot. We're going to, as boxing content creators, we're going to keep it live. But understand the reality of boxing. You're going to have an undisputed champion. So everybody then is going to be after the undisputed champ. You know what I mean? And hopefully the belts don't fragment into different parts like they did, because at that point, then the process starts all over. You know what I mean? It's almost like, you know, they all get spread out to all corners of the earth again. And then someone has to be bold enough to bring them back together again. You know, Ruiz does sound a bit camp. Kurt, who win? Andy Ruiz versus Dillian White? I don't know. I would like to see that fight though. Dillian has to be careful going on the inside, because Dillian gets kind of overzealous and he's off balance, because I think it's due to his size. I think he's just too big upstairs, really. But Kurt, are you Kendrick or Drake? I'm not in that. I'm not like, I hear about it. You know, I don't even know what happened between those two. But I can tell you this: whatever happened between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, they used to be boys. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, awesome fight, Chick. Absolutely. Chicka-really. Tank calling out Loma 7 years too late. Loma damn near 37. What a joke. I mean, that's what they do. You know, they want those fights less risk so they can avoid upset. And that's all those guys. Oscar De La Hoya does it. Floyd, Money Mayweather did it. Leonard Ellerbe, which is, you know, co-promoted, pro-promotional banner with Floyd. They all do the same shit. Well, I mean, everybody's going to get the guy that just whooped that ass. That's how it works. Let's let a couple weeks go by and then we'll ask. Let's see what Tank does with Martin. What if Martin taxes Tank ass? Nobody's talking about that. What if Martin goes in there and puts a whooping on Tank? You know, you don't know how. Look, this is boxing, okay? Because, I mean, Frank already upset the little Muhammad Ali. Remember him? Michael Rivera? Remember him? Rivera didn't even have an answer to those punches that were coming at him. Then I think he tested dirty for something. So you don't even hear about him no more. I don't think Loma beat Shakur and his back foot, no power, having ass. Well, I mean, I'll say this. I mean, if you're going to fight Loma, you would fight him now. That's why you hear Tank calling him out. Did you hear Tank calling out Loma 2018, 2019, 2020? You didn't hear none of that. And Tank himself has went on record and said, I ain't called out nobody, and I ain't asked none of the people that is over me, that promotes me, to have or to get these fights made. He ain't asked for those fights because he didn't want those damn fights. He didn't want those. Look, Tank is one of them guys. Tank's from the hood, man. Tank's like this. Tank's like, look, I ain't never been in this position that Floyd put me in. He's dedicated. He's talented. Yeah, all that. But understand this about Gervonta Tank Davis. Davis does not want to put himself in a situation, especially at that time, 6 years ago, to stop the flow of money that he was getting that he's never got. So why would he go out on a limb and try some legacy shit where he's just been put in a situation, got him a big house, got him some cars, got sex appeal, all that good stuff. So guess what? Tank ain't stupid. Tank like, you know what? I'm going to let these guys guide me. I'm going to let myself get paid with these fists. So as long as they're feeding me these smaller guys, I'm going to take it. Tank ain't dumb. Do you think Tank would still be relevant if Tank got his ass whooped by Loma 6 years ago? Hell no. Tank Davis wouldn't be Tank at all. It'd be like Tank who? Who? Tank who? Oh, you mean Floyd's fighter that Loma whooped a half a decade ago. You talking about him? Oh yeah, we don't talk about him no more. You know what I mean? That's how that fight would have been. That's how his career would have been. And so look, Tank ain't dumb because Tank, no, man, I got out the hood. I was in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? And eating mayonnaise sandwiches for lunch. Spam, armored treat for dinner. Noodles. Seriously, man. Kurt, Anthony Joshua will become a heavyweight champion again. I believe that. He'll be around a couple more years and he'll get something somewhere. Kurt, who you got between Usyk and Tyson? I got Usyk. I got Usyk beating Tyson. But that's it with that much on the line, with potential fights, okay? See, people look at, and don't get me wrong. People are looking at this fight like the biggest fight. It's the biggest fight on paper as far as accolades. But is it the biggest money fight? No, it's not the biggest money fight. The biggest money fight is Fury versus Joshua. That's the biggest money fight. So regardless of all of these, this pot of gold, supposedly, this is a bridger fight. You guys know how I feel about bridge fights. See, Loma and Usyk is a bridger fight, possibly, because there's always a bigger fight after these guys fight each other. When you have that, the powers that be will make certain things happen. How do you make that happen? You make a fight go a certain way. Well, how is that? If you don't have a knockout, you can make it look the way you want it. You can dictate, anything. You can manipulate anything or any outcome as long as the outcome don't end in a knockout. If that fighter is not knocking the other fighter out, you can make that look like anything. Look at Lewis versus Holyfield. They didn't want Lewis because you know why? Because see, Tyson was still around, and Tyson versus Holyfield would have been a bigger undisputed fight than another fight with Lennox Lewis because nobody really cared for Lennox. Let's be real. Sure, the boxing lovers, sure, they knew the value in Lennox Lewis, but was he marketable? No. Lennox Lewis was actually a dipshit. You know what I mean? But but he was a great boxer. He was a beast in the ring. So Kurt, what if heavyweight undisputed becomes a draw? Well, that means no one loses anything. That means Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury 2 will be pushed back. We won't see we are not going to see a rematch no time soon, because what's going to happen is if Tyson draws with Usyk, Tyson is going to swear he won, like he did with Wilder, okay? And then the fight of the century was going to be with Joshua. So the next fight is going to be pushed back. That fight, that the rematch, it's going to be pushed back because no one loses. Second draw for Tyson Fury, first draw for Alexander Usyk. No losses, no losses from either fighter. And then Tyson will end up fighting Anthony Joshua in September in Wembley. June, July, August, September. That's enough time. Tyson Fury will then fight Anthony Joshua in Wembley. He won't fight Dubois. He won't fight Hrgovic. He won't fight Wilder either. He's going to fight Fury. He's going to fight Fury for the WBC. That's what's going to happen. I was a big fan of dipshit Lewis. I mean, I wasn't. I knew he was a badass dude. He was great, man. He just beat all the guys. I didn't like when Lewis started talking. Lewis just was a dipshit. Oh, you call that a left hook, man? He was gonna do that. I don't think. Yeah, he was gonna go. He was gonna go. I helped him. Well, are you serious, man? No, man. I don't know what you're talking about, Larry. He was just a jerk, like an unlikable dude. What do you do to be unlikable? Be like Lennox Lewis was. He's kind of calm now, to be fair, but like to envy someone like Anthony Joshua, that's wrong. See, he messed up with that, and I understand the history and all that with him and Joshua, but he shouldn't have been bad-mouthing him. That's not cool. But Kurt, who would Alexander Usyk fight? Well, Usyk wouldn't fight anybody. He probably wouldn't fight anybody, or what he would do. This is what'll happen. If there's a draw between Usyk and Fury, Tyson is going to fight Joshua in Wembley. Usyk is going to fight his mandatory is on the IBF, and that's Hrgovic. That's what's going to happen. He's going to fight Hrgovic because he has to fulfill. Because what's going to happen? The IBF is going to say, okay, hey, we're tired of this shit. There's no undisputed champion. You're still unified, and guess what? You still have to satisfy your mandatory. Your mandatory is Philip Hrgovic. AJ smokes any version of Fury. But Kurt, that's who would fight. Claudius can be very unlikable. AJ smokes any version. Kurt, Fury will win by robbery. Usyk won, according to everyone. Well, that's probably how it's going to be. I hope it ain't. I hope it's a stoppage. If Fury can stop Usyk, I would be satisfied with that, and he gets 100% full credit for stopping Usyk because he's the only dude, let alone beat him. Stop him, because you got to stop him. Fucking Energizer Bunny. You better stop him. The Energizer White Rabbit keeps going and going. I fear Usyk will KO Usyk with that decoy left he throws, then quickly throws the right. It was very effective against Wilder. Tyson Fury just might have a case of whoop ass if he gets tired and outboxed and says, you know what? I'm going to whoop you, you little doll. So, Kurt, I know how you feel about coming back, but he's not going away, and he's posting videos of himself training for a comeback. I'm talking about the president. No. Yeah, I don't want him to come back. I want him to sit down and look at what he could have done. I don't know. I just don't want him to come back. And Ika Barabucci, that was my guy. He just like when he left, I was like, damn, heavyweight, because he could have made it so much better. I mean, you had Tyson, you had Holyfield, you had Lewis, you had Tua. You had Bo. Bo kind of retired early too, to be fair. But Bo, went to war with Holyfield. Usyk's a snow bunny. Okay. Usyk outpoints Fury. Kurt, who wins? Jermaine Franklin versus Martin Bacoli. Jermaine Franklin. I don't know. That's a good fight, though. Those fights should happen. You know? I hope we get more Usyk size heavyweights because coming through now, I'm fed up with this era of heavyweights. Okay. All right. I would love to know what Kurt is saying. Quit comparing Usyk to Wilder. Took Fury 11 rounds to KO Wilder after Wilder was too tired to defend himself. Well, Wilder did mess up coming in that heavy, man. He shouldn't have done that. But I mean, that's one of the things that, that's all in preparation. Like certain things and decisions that a team makes should really be analyzed. That man coming in at 240 pounds was stupid. He ain't even 240 pounds. Remember, this is the heavyweights. So heavyweights are naturally stronger, I feel, not because they're just so much bigger. I think they're stronger because they're fighting at the right weight. Wilder wasn't at his right weight. David, you stupid. Crimson, great win for the lightweight division. Oh, it is. Usyk needs to win. Emphatically, I don't trust the judges, especially after Turkey's public love confession for Fury. That did make me kind of suspect of Turkey. I know, because if you're going to do that for both people. You know what I mean? Like, don't show favoritism before a fight. That doesn't look right. It don't. Kurt, who do you think are the next future of heavyweights? I feel Dubois, Ergovic, Sanchez, Fabio. Well, you also have who was that guy that he fought to a draw? It was a great fight too, man. Who's that guy? Wilder was motivated by hate. That's why he lasted 11 rounds. Now that's true. That man fought with hate and not with common sense. If he would have been smart, he would have came in 10 pounds lighter. Hey, Kurt, what's your take on Mike versus Jake? Jake Paul makes me sick. He makes me sick because he's like he's an age bully. He's an age bully. What I mean by that, he sits back and he picks people intentionally because they're old. You know what I mean? He's like one of those guys, you know what? I bet you I can whoop that old ass version of so-and-so. I bet you I can whoop him now. That type of shit. And people want to see it because people want to see legends resurrected. People, you know what I mean? Look, when Mike Tyson fought Roy Jones Jr., man, boxing was on fire because we seen two legends resurrected. Mike Tyson, beloved fighter of all, okay? One of the most popular boxers of all time. Popularity, right? So he's like, well, it's like I don't like that idea because he's done that and we've seen the pattern. He did that with Silva. He did that with Wardley. He did that. Woodley. He did that with a lot of people that were just older. you know, and then when he finally fought someone, Tommy Fury, and he dropped Fury. You start challenging yourself. Like at that point, you don't go backwards. Keep moving towards where you were. Frank Sanchez is the boogeyman of the heavyweight division. You got all these guys that fall right behind each other. Hrgovic, Sanchez, Caballero, Dubois. You know what I mean? You got all these guys are just stacked. And all I see is fights that could happen that won't happen because they're so close to a particular goal that they will ignore each other. You know what I mean? Instead of fight each other. Because they know, like, why would I fight this guy that's right here? Not even behind me or in front of me, but they're all damn near side by side. That's why I'm glad that Frank is fighting Caballero. Sanchez hasn't beat anyone. Sanchez dethroned the guy that was been made a legend from Nigeria, Efe Ajagba. He made Ajagba look like a fighter that nobody even talks about no more. People don't even talk about Efe Ajagba. The only reason and the only way Efe Ajagba gets any type of buzz is he mentions AJ because he has a following in Nigeria and he wants to, you know, and remind people that AJ's from Britain instead of Nigeria. Kurt, who wins? Bakahir Jololov versus Anthony Joshua. I don't know. Bakahir, I haven't seen enough of him. Lomachenko will beat Nostrils Haney and Tank Davis, the clout chaser. You know what I was doing? I was, you know, when I drive, I think about certain fights and certain people. First off, Devin Haney is a spitting image of his father when he was younger. If you guys seen Bill when he was younger, he looked just like Devin. He shot Devin like he was straight out the sack, man. Carbon copy. He CC'd that man, that boy. Okay. But I tell you this. Devin Haney is not his father. Bill Haney is he's more charismatic. He just grew up different. You know, he poured what he learned into his son, what he could into his son, which is great, you know, but like he doesn't have the like it's almost like Devin tries too hard. You know, he kind of talks over his words. You see him. He's kind of like how Floyd would, you know, like Floyd, you know, the Floyd and the Floyd, you know, he has that kind of like over, you know, getting in his own way with his own words type shit, if that makes sense. Whereas Bill's more of a smooth talker, you know, like Ryan's dad. He was a pimp. His motherfucker was a pimp. His nappy hair was a pimp. You know? Bear shit bara. Elohim. Counterpunch to you in the building. Now they still spitting image. Nah, well, you can't really. Maybe because of the glasses and the beard and the hair. But yeah, he looks a lot like his son, man. You know, yeah, Bill got a silver tongue, you know. Yeah, he's not like Devin's not his dad, you know. Bill is the one trying hard. No, Bill is just Bill. You know, if you hear Bill, the first time I ever met Bill Haney was in Shreveport. And he was like, that's when Haney became a effing contender, if you guys can remember. And he was talking, what was he? Because I was like 3 guys down and you heard Bill just talking. Yeah, he ain't gonna be able to keep up with that. You put him down, Devin. That's what you do. Take him out. Rolly won't stop Kambosos. Stop it. That'd be a good fight, though. I mean, if Kambosos wanted to get paid, yeah, that's the fight that should happen. Be a good buildup too, because you know both of those guys can talk a good game, and you know they're really good at self-promoting. So Rolly Romero versus Kambosos, yeah, that'd be good. You know, I don't know if Kambosos now after the stoppage has the clout or the steam or the influence anymore to bring those guys to Australia. Okay. Because all of the fights that he was involved in, you got 2 undisputed opportunities and another championship opportunity. So that being said, we're looking at a guy now that doesn't have any of those opportunities. So why would anybody want to go all the way to Australia? You know what I mean? What do you think about Arslan Yelov, the heavyweight from Russia? I don't know. I don't know much about him. He CC'd him. Yeah, he CC'd him. That's what he did. He did, man. Yeah, man. I mean, Bill, that's his son, bro. Man, I seen a pic. I thought it was Devin. Like, did somebody Photoshop Devin because he had longer hair pulled up? You know what I mean? Probably that pimp shit, But he looked like Devin in his face, like all that. That was Bill, man. And I thought it was Devin. I'm like, man, why are they doing that to Devin? Because, people were messing with Devin after he got whooped. So I thought like somebody photoshopped the old picture because it was like in the early 90s or late 80s or something like that. And, and Bill he had some chick with him and he was here and there's 2 other people. And I was like, damn, is that Devin? You know what I mean? Why are they doing that to Devin? And I looked closer. I'm like, nah, that ain't photoshopped. That's Bill at a young age looking just like him. Yeah, crazy. Kambosos is a good fighter. He's a good fighter. He's just not the best fighter. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because that's boxing. You know where you fall. You have peace in knowing, in the experience of knowing, hey, I tried. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I tried. I fought. I got my licks in. I'm a damn prize fighter. I got paid a whole bunch of money. Millions of people saw me. You know what I mean? I whooped Teofimo Lopez's ass. He has a claim to whatever. They called me and deemed me the emperor. I brought these guys from America and all over the world, from the Ukraine to my country to fight me. Come on now. And he got paid a shitload of money. He's rich. He can have a house in Greece. He can have a house probably a couple in Australia. He's good. You know what I mean? So he doesn't have anything to be ashamed of. When he does get of age and he's 50, 60, 70 years old, he's looking back and looking like, man, I was a pretty good guy and made a lot of money and I'm still sitting on a lot of it. So it ain't you get that age and wonder what I could have done. I think that's a terrible feeling. Man, I could have done this. Don't you hate that? You get all old and then you're wondering what you could have done, especially when it comes to athletic ability and skill and talent, which that window only is so big. It's only so big. So that is what it is. Michael Hunter is a waste of time. Well, Michael Hunter is wasting his time. I might say that. And I'll get to Michael in a minute. That's why I time-stamped that on the thing. But back to George Kambosos. George Kambosos don't have nothing to be ashamed of. He fought Lomachenko, was stopped for the first time in his career. He fought Devin Haney twice. He dethroned Teofimo when Teofimo was smelling himself and thought that he was better than everybody after that. So, you know what I mean? He's the 4 fights. I bet you George Kambosos probably made about $10 million or more. And I mean take home. I don't mean the shit that he made before they chopped taxes off and all that. I mean, he probably got about 10 mil in the bank from the fights that he's had in the last couple years. He can do whatever he wants to do. He can fly wherever he wants. He can do whatever. Usyk is going to wreck that goofball, Davey. Don't worry. Damn. Yeah, Hunter inactive as hell. Okay, now, Michael Hunter. Michael Hunter, he ain't a waste of time. He's wasting his time. But I think the reason he is where he is because the decisions he made, and they weren't good ones. They weren't, in my opinion. And I like Michael Hunter. I think Michael Hunter is avoided, but he's avoided because he's too good. He's too damn good. He's one of those guys, why would you fight him when you can fight this other guy and get the same amount of money? Fighting Michael Hunter will be a problem because you mess around and get whooped by Michael Hunter, and then you get whooped by a guy that hardly ever fights. Him and Andy Ruiz are probably hanging out together, not fighting. You know what I mean? And Michael's a good fighter. It's just once you make decisions in boxing and you and that's in a lot of things. It's like in the film industry. Sometimes you can make the wrong decision, can cost you your career. And that's what happened to Michael. See, Michael Hunter, first of all, he should have took that damn deal to fight Hrgovic. And we already know where the heavyweight division is now, right? So we know, excuse me, I got heartburn bad. I'm chugging this water down. I need me a Rolade. But we know that Filip Hrgovic is fighting Dubois. He's the number one IBF. But the only reason I feel that he is because Michael passed on the opportunity to fight Hrgovic. He should have fought him, and he was getting the lion's share of the deal. Filip Hrgovic was that up-and-coming guy. Michael had some steam because, you know, he he got a draw against Povetkin. A lot of people thought he beat Povetkin. You know, I thought a lot. No, he didn't lose to Povetkin. He had a draw with Povetkin. Okay, he hurt Povetkin, but, you know, he's not a huge puncher. So, you know, and Povetkin, it was one of those guys that was on his last legs, not legs, because he still had legs. Ask Dillian White. Okay, and I think this was in 2009. Matter of fact, he fought Povetkin the night Joshua got his belts back from Andy Ruiz in Saudi Arabia. Michael Hunter was there, and he fought Povetkin. And then after that, he fell out with Eddie Hearn. I don't know really what the score was. I know they fell out, and I think Eddie wanted him to fight fights he didn't want or whatever, and, you know, and that's what it was. And it was said that Michael Hunter was dropped from Matchroom. That's what was said. Okay. But I don't know if that was the case. I just know whatever happened between Eddie and Michael Hunter wasn't really a good, you know, it wasn't a good sayonara. It wasn't. So when the opportunity for Michael Hunter came up to fight, because it was a purse bid, Michael Hunter won 75% of the purse of $1 million. I think it was 1.1 million. So Michael Hunter was going to get 700,000, and then Philip was going to get the rest of that, whatever that was, right? 300 and some thousand. And Michael was like, no, I'm not doing that because I don't want to fight overseas. Well, hell, you just fought an exhibition overseas in Uzbekistan, right? So I don't understand. But since he did that, little did he know. Yeah, I want to see what Jarrell Miller has to say about it. I'm going to inbox him probably after we get off. And yeah, and I think because of that, he made a huge mistake. And I think he's been paying for it ever since, because since then, Eddie Hearn has just went up. So you can't do anything really without Eddie Hearn. You know what I mean? You can't pull that Tank Davis shit. Oh, Eddie's a snake and this and that. Well, Eddie's one of the biggest promoters around. That's just like in the late 90s and early 2000s. It's like calling Don King a snake. I ain't going to work with Don. Well, you in a weight class where Don has all the fighters, you have no choice unless you just want to be forgotten about. And that's exactly what happened to Michael Hunter. Kurt, send me that update. Looking forward to my shirts. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because they went out. I'm going to send you the ticket and then the tracking so you'll know where it's at. I'll do that here in a little bit or in the morning. Big Rasputin, image of if Fury fought Prime Vitali. Oh, yeah, Vitali would have hurt Tyson because he wouldn't have allowed Tyson to move around because, see, Vitali didn't worry about getting hit. Vladimir didn't like to get hit. Vladimir jabbed and grabbed because he was uncomfortable getting punched. He wanted to keep you at a certain distance to pepper your ass with shots that he's comfortable with throwing and landing. If you get him out of that comfort zone, he's going to grab you. You know, it's a mental thing, really. It's a mental thing, and it's a defensive mechanism, especially when you're unsure. But you got to understand you're in a calm contact sport, so it's physical. If you're fighting someone, you got to think quick. So if you're not able to slip, dip, dodge, bob, and weave, you know what I mean? What you gonna do? Grab that mother sucker. Usyk is going to open that eye up. It's going to be like Rocky versus Drago when he says his cut. Oh. Aaron Edson, good night, Kurt. Thank you for great coverage. Looking forward to next Saturday. Oh, man. Next Saturday is going to be a blast. A blast. Tank Davis needs to be supervised before being allowed to speak publicly. He called Eddie a snake, but he hangs with dickheads like Super Snizzle Lenny. Francisco Alatorre, how good is that dude from Uzbekistan who's fighting Crawford? I don't know, but I have see, here's the thing. Everybody talk about what Crawford didn't do, but I can tell you this. Crawford, the guys Crawford fought, let's take a look at them for a minute. You got Khan, you got Jeff Horn, you got Jose Benavidez, you got Mean Machine, and then you got Sean Porter and Errol Spence. So they came in at the end. So those guys weren't really, see, the problem is Al Heyman had so many welterweights that he could play around with certain matchups. So he had Ugas, he had Sean Porter, he had Keith Thurman, he had Errol Spence, he had Danny Garcia. So he had all these people to play with. And what happened, people forgot about, hey, there's other welterweights out there that those guys that Al had never fought, like the ones I just mentioned. And I'm talking about Amir Khan. I'm talking about even Kell Brook. Kell Brook, the only common opponent, well, Kell fought Sean Porter and he fought Errol Spence, right? But other than that, Jeff Horn, Jose Benavidez, Mean Machine, like those guys ain't fought Al Heyman's fighters because Al Heyman ain't trying to match them up. So the narrative was kept alive based on the fact that Terrence ain't fought nobody because the guys that Terrence beat never fought any of those guys that we thought that was the premier best fighters in the welterweight division at the time. The Porters, the Thurmans, and all that stuff. Okay, they didn't fight. Thurman ain't ever fought Kell Brook. Errol Spence did. You know what I mean? In fact, Errol Spence never fought Keith Thurman. Sean Porter fought them both. You know what I mean? But Sean Porter was like that guy that wanted to get, it's showtime. You know what I mean? I think Sean Porter is in a position he's at anyway because he did things that wasn't really advised by Al Heyman. Why do you think he's holding the DAZN mic right now and he's doing a lot better than any of those other guys are? Why? Because he knew I have the gift of gab. I have a personality. I'm a likable guy. You know what I mean? That's Sean Porter. Sean Porter did other things other than that. The rest of them sat around for Al Heyman to take care of them and let Al Heyman put them in a fight with those other fighters. You had Ugas. Ugas had, the only Danny Garcia did fight Jose Benavidez, but that's after he got beat. You know what I mean? Terrence Crawford fought him when he was undefeated. You know what I mean? Nobody was talking about when Danny beat Jose Benavidez, oh, you got one leg. Nobody said that, did they? No. Nobody cared. See, that's what I'm talking about. These guys that Thurman, that Crawford beat, even Jeff Horn, everybody knows, and right there in Australia, that Manny beat Jeff Horn. However, Jeff Horn was younger, undefeated. I don't care how big your legacy or reputation is. When it comes down to dollars and cents, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And it didn't make sense for Manny Pacquiao to win in Australia against an Australian fighter that's undefeated. You know what I'm saying? So what happened when he beat Manny Pacquiao, then he fought Terrence Crawford and got stopped in the 9th round. Terrence Crawford is that guy that will do anybody in. And he showed you as soon as he started beating Al Heyman fighters, then everybody was, oh, he's the best. I knew he was the best before that. He didn't have to fight those guys to me because he fought everybody else. He fought everybody else around that circle. And all those guys in that inner circle didn't fight the guys that Terrence Crawford fought, really, especially at that time frame. So nobody really like looked at Terrence Crawford to see exactly what he really did. He whooped everybody's ass that he could fight because he couldn't get those fights. Like Keith Thurman didn't even look at Terrence Crawford as a welterweight. He ain't that boy in the welterweight. He ain't no welterweight. Now, man, I don't even respect him in my class. That boy, I don't know anything about that boy. That boy, Terrence Crawford, he ain't even a welterweight to me. He's a junior. He's a junior welterweight. Yeah, that's what he is. He ain't up here with the big boys. You see what I mean? They trash Terrence. Arrow was just too big, remember? Kurt, Muhammad Ali versus Ika Barabuchi, who you got? I don't know about that. The president versus the greatest of all time. Yeah, I know, but saying talent-wise, Hunter got skills but no discipline. I don't think it's his discipline. I just think he's just like he made the wrong decisions. I don't know how his lifestyle is to say he doesn't have discipline. I don't hang around him. I don't know him like that. But I can tell you this. He's a guy that made all the wrong decisions, and he wasn't that go-to fighter anyway. He wasn't promoted by the big promotional companies. He wasn't a clown. He wasn't a book dancing dude. You know what I mean? He wasn't that kind of person. He was a family man. He was humble. He didn't talk shit. He was a good fighter. That was Michael Hunter. And obviously, and sometimes that's not good enough for some people. Some people want more and this and that, I can agree he has not been good at heavyweight and likely has to do with whatever happened to his body. Hunter went from stocky athlete to short and chubby. Well, he ain't short. It's just he's not taller than most of those guys. He's about my height, 6'2". You got guys that are 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", He got that one loss to Usyk still. I just don't know what it is. How come Hunter's last fight was scored if it was an exhibition? It wasn't scored. That's why it wasn't scored. You look on BoxRec, he doesn't have 2 losses. It was an exhibition. Exhibitions don't count. And I'm thinking, well, why in the fuck would you have an exhibition and you're still fighting professionally? That don't look good for your career. It don't. It looks like, I need money. So, hey, yeah, you can, it's like coming like that last resort type shit. And it's not good. It's not good for anybody, to be fair. But hey, money talks, right? So they probably told him, hey, man, you want to make $500,000? You want to make $300,000 by coming to Uzbekistan and taking on this undefeated younger, an exhibition? And he knows it don't affect his record. Hell yeah, he's going. Because that was a long time from 2019 was a long time ago now. Where did you see it was? How comes Hunter's? Okay, yeah. But yeah, man. But Michael Hunter, man, I think Michael Hunter. I don't know what he can do. I think, I don't want to say he burned bridges, but he kind of did. You know what I mean? He kind of did. Wesley Gamble, sup, Kurt? Loma surely got this. Yeah, Loma took it out of the judges. He took it away from the home crowd. He took it away from the possible corruption. Not saying there was any, because I haven't seen the scorecards or how the scorecards were. It didn't matter because Loma went in there and did what he's supposed to do. I thought it was just going to go 12 rounds, so I was starting to get kind of frustrated. Me personally, like I'm looking at it like, dude, Loma, stop playing with this dude because you don't know what the outcome will be if it goes to the judges. Boots versus Crawley. I'm proud of Boots Ennis because Boots Ennis decided to do something that a lot of fighters are going to start doing. He like that Al Heyman PBC thing. Like, look, a lot of people are starting to wake up. Wilder, Boots Ennis, Mikey Garcia. A lot of these fighters did that. They were like, you know what? Why the hell would I worry about percentages and all this splits and all this dumb shit where I know that I'm signing a contract for 7 M's. You know what I'm saying? Like Mikey Garcia went to, where did he go? He went somewhere and fought. I can't remember who he fought. Sandor Martin. Okay. He fought. No. He didn't fight Sandor Martin. He fought Vargas. He fought Vargas on the Zone for $7 million. And you know what I mean? He used to be with Al Heyman. He used to be with Top Rank, then Al Heyman, then he went to the Zone, which is smart, you know. Yeah, I like Hunter too. I think Hunter's a pretty good bloke, man. Do you see Sanchez becoming a heavyweight champion? If so, does he hold on to the belt for a while? Maybe. I see him getting a portion of it if he stays in there. But sooner or later, somebody has to fight him if he keeps winning. Because when he beats Caballero showed you like these intermediate fighters that we have that are very big and dangerous and, that had a following like Arslanbek Markmadov. Nobody talks about him no more. After the Day of Reckoning, he got beat down to the body, stopped, and that was it. You seen a big dude like that gets taken out. Now you hear about Caballero. Same thing happened to Efe Ajagba when Frank beat him. Frank beat Efe Ajagba bad. He outboxed him, then he dropped him. And nobody talks about Efe now. You don't hear nothing about Efe Ajagba now, which I try to promote the guy because I think he can come back. But I mean, he went balls to the wall with a guy, So I think if anything, I think that Frank beating Caballero would mean a lot. Caballero he's quick too. He's a good boxer too. That's going to be a very interesting fight, man. I'm going to that Boots fight. Can't wait. Finally on a fight in Philly. I hate driving to Brooklyn. Vincent, yeah, man. That should be, dude. That's going to be a wild experience because you're in Philadelphia, man. In Philly, yeah, Philly cats. Them dudes kind of wild up there. Who you guys think wins Loma versus Tank? You got to go with Tank because he's younger, and I don't see Tank's handlers not taking a fight like that if they didn't feel that he was winning or they didn't feel basically he could win, based on the age difference. Tank's 29, Loma's 36. So Ajagba has been relegated to assessing who is or isn't Nigerian. He's not Nigerian. I'm Nigerian. But believe it or not, Efe, like, he looks a lot better. Hold on a second. Let me put this on charge real quick. There we go. Cool. If the fight happens, Tank isn't fighting any threats. Yeah. I mean, I think at this point it's good to say, hey, man, let's go for broke. Let's get the Loma fight. Only took 6 years. But who's counting, right? There's going to be a riot, no doubt. Philly doesn't know how to act. I'm gonna get upper deck seats, which are still great views. Well, I remember going to Brooklyn at the Barclays, They got a different energy up there, man. Like most people, you got to think about it. Most guys that watch boxing know how to box or think they can box. Or definitely like to fight. All you add is alcohol and alcohol and emotions, and you may have a riot quick. Philly, man. Yeah, but Boots Ennis, I'm glad that he signed with Eddie, because Eddie's going to get you paid. I just like these fighters to get paid and not dicked around and pretend like they're getting paid. Because what Al's doing, Al knows how much money he owes these fighters. Al knows what to give these fighters to shut these fighters up. Like you have guys like Jamal Charlo, the Charlos, you have Adrian Broner. Those guys, they know, they know that, hey, if they ask Al, man, I need an advance, and Al's going to give it to him because Al's not stupid. Al's like, look, Al knows that, hey, I'm still winning because I owe these guys money. So he's kind of like the Godfather. He just kind of gives people money. And then, and it's crazy that Adrian Broner kind of, broke silence on what he does. It's crazy because he would say, man, I used to get like 2,000, 20,000, 10,000. And it's crazy. Like the more he did or the less he fought, the lower that amount got. I got 200, got 100. Like, dude, really? Dude gave you $200? You know what I mean? So, Tank would fight Granddaddy Barroso before fighting Loma. Yeah, and they would justify it too. They would justify that. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I really didn't really care for Leonard. I did have respect for how he stuck by Floyd, but then like when he just became like this promoter after Floyd retired, he became more and more unlikable as a person. Spent $600 for 2 fairly good seats for Tyson ATN after the Lewis fight for his last W. Oh, man. Nice. Yo, I remember that fight real well. And Clifford the Black Rhino ATN was one of my favorite upcoming fighters. See, understand, at that time you had Lawrence Claybay, you had Frezzo Kendo, you had Lamont Brewster. Who else was in that stream of fighters? Clifford ATN. Because all this was late 90s, early 2000s. You had Ike Barabucci, but by then Ike was getting locked up and getting into trouble. You had Chris Bird. You had Hassan Rahman. Who else was there? You had big time Jamil McCline, if you guys remember him. You had a lot of fighters that had potential, because I enjoyed these guys because I watched them because they had a platform for them at the time, which you don't really see no more. Like it used to be on ESPN2, Friday night fights. So you had Tuesday night fights in like early 90s, and then to the mid to the late 90s, you had Friday night fights. Well, yeah, it lasted 49 seconds, but then here's the deal. I seen Clifford Black Rhino ATN just beat the hell out of fighters, and I used to love to see him fight. He had a great style, kind of had that, he was, had that crossover, had a good left hook and stuff like that. And he lost to Frezzo Kendo. Upset, bro. When nobody really, Frezzo Kendo kind of, I don't know what happened to Frezzo Kendo, right? He just kind of, kept getting beat or whatever. But Tyson is one of those guys. This is after he took that Lewis ass whooping, okay? And everybody was like, okay, man, he's going to fight a dog in ATN. ATN, he's coming forward. That shit was crazy. They went at it they went at it for 49 seconds. And on the 49th, bah! Yeah, it was over. Because, like, he tried to fight a shorter guy that was also strong, that had knockout power like Mike Tyson. I don't care what Mike was doing. Mike probably did 4 or 5 grams of coke before he fought. Didn't matter. And it was crazy. He would be lucky to fight again after that. Francisco Canelo will maul that bum. People sleep on Crawford's wrestling background. There's no such thing as a weak wrestler. Canelo's flat-footed style would work against. Well, that would be a good fight, though, nonetheless, because Canelo has his own tricks and style. I just think, like, dude, that fight would be very interesting because I want to see where the cap is for Crawford. We've seen Crawford hurt at 135, but is it safe to say now with Crawford, if you guys would agree, don't you think Crawford was fighting too light? Because if you notice, the bigger he got, the stronger he got. Like even at 140, I mean, he was stopping dudes, but like he wasn't stopping all of them. At 147, he damn near stopped everyone. So at 154, if he gets even stronger at 154 from 147, it's safe to say with Crawford is just a naturally stronger guy, bigger. So that means he's another guy, like you guys know I said and believe, that's fighting under his weight class or a desired weight class. You know what I mean? That's not his full power potential. Errol Spence hit Terrence Crawford with like some good shots, and he was like, is that all you got? That's a tough man. And you know what I mean? And everybody talk, well, you know, Gamboa had him stanky leg. He was fighting at 135, and I don't even think he should have been there. I think the miracle was him fighting at that level to still have the energy to stop Gamboa because he wasn't as strong as he could have been fighting in another weight class. Okay? They said, look, everybody's saying the same shit. Look at this. Crawford's too small. Okay? We said this. We've been hearing that shit for so long. When are people going to wake up? 154 will let us know everything you need to. If Crawford stops this guy, another undefeated fighter, I might add. How many undefeated fighters have Terrence Crawford fought? Mean Machine, Jeff Horn, Jose Benavidez, Errol Spence. Who else? Now this guy. Bud was fighting too light. He's bigger than even welter. Yeah, he's bigger than that. So, Vincent, what I'm saying and telling everybody, all 176 of you guys that are still here, 180 now, that if Terrence Crawford gets stronger as he goes up in the ranks, that means he shouldn't have been fighting at 135 or 140 or 147 anyway. Now he's at 154. Well, damn, I want to know where his cap is. Where his cap is where he's supposed to be fighting. Look at Canelo. Canelo was beating guys. He was knocking out some guys, but he wasn't beating everyone and knocking them out. He didn't stop Cotto. You know what I'm saying? He didn't stop big-ass Chavez Jr. He didn't stop Triple G. But at 168, he looked good. You know? Anthony Evelyn counterpunched to you. Big up. Okay? So, if he gets stronger and you're like, wow, but he can still move like that and his punches are stronger and he's solid and, you know, Canelo's going to have some problems. But I think pretty soon Canelo may run into, and then understand, Terrence isn't showing any signs of wear and tear. Canelo looked good based on who he was fighting. Jaime Munguia is a good fighter. Canelo is a Hall of Fame fighter. No doubt about it. However, understand, styles make fights. Jaime Munguia is not sound like Crawford. That fight is... Trust me, the fight will go a lot different than people be like, and I'm going to say I told you so. Crawford takes Canelo to school. He might not stop him because Canelo does have the Superman chin and all, but who knows? What if he does that? He go up there and he stops him. People will be looking at Terrence Crawford like damn near Roy Jones because Roy could do stuff like that, going up weight classes, whooping up people, beating on people that he was way too small to be beaten on. You understand? Don't underestimate Crawford at 154 or even at 168. Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, he was there to get hit. Of course he was. Kurt, let's drink some beers together for the Usyk fight. I'll be in LA. You'll be in Louisiana? What part of Louisiana? Just inbox me. Inbox me. I agree. If Bud Mauls Mondramov, then I'm looking at him versus Nello different. Well, you should be, but seeing is believing with a lot of people. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So I'm gonna do the recap because we've been going. Loma's at the house. He's at the hotel room, all right, chilling. So, man, I appreciate you guys coming on. This has been a great night of boxing. We got a stoppage in the main event. You can't beat that. We look forward to another Ukrainian fighting one of the best fighters on the planet, Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, coming soon. So be prepared to see a lot of content concerning the undisputed possible fighters that are coming together. But you guys be blessed. Love you guys. Be good. And everyone has been Counterpunch. Peace.